Hi, everybody. It's your boy Lewis. We got Daniel. Who is this lady in the top right corner? Who is this?
Making my triumphant return.
Daniel, why is there a woman on the call? What's happening
I don't
here?
know.
Hey,
I thought this was boys only. This was the boys only club.
Oh
What
no!
happened here?
How she slip through the cracks, if you will?
What's this estrogen I smell in the air?
well, I'm still looking for the boys.
Oh,
Wow.
no, we're men, bro. That's why.
That's right. We're men. We're not boys. That's right.
Oh
That's
God.
right.
Well, you definitely didn't refer to yourselves that.
That's right. That's right. Yo. That's
You
right.
said this was a men's club. You said there's a boys club.
That's right.
And I'm funny, so I'm like, where are the boys?
All right.
I
Now.
see a bunch of femmes.
Whoa! Now, these boys over here are gonna rank a bunch of grown athletic men based on their talent at the quarterback position for this year in the NFL.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, so okay.
Now
We're just gonna get into it. We're not gonna go like okay.
No, we don't need to butter it up. This is QB rankings.
I will no, because we have to defend ourselves, right? We have to defend ourselves. This is a list purely based on talent, how good we think they are, and
I didn't
not
make
what
a
we
list.
did
I didn't know
last
we were
year.
making a list.
What happened?
I said I didn't make a list.
You are our tiebreaker. Because me and Daniel
Okay.
will disagree. Me and Daniel will never see eye to eye on quarterback rankings.
Because I'm like, I didn't make a list, and I didn't hear about making a list, so.
But you are like you're the filter. You're our Brita filter, and we're the water.
Now, Lewis, do we want to share the list fully, or do we want to just go little by little? Because we can share the screen.
I like. What do you think is best? What do you want to do? Let's do whatever you want
I
to
think
do.
we should share the screen. We'll go through the list, and everybody can look at it, and we can adjust it on the fly if we need
Let's
to.
see. Can I open it on my end? Let's see. Yes, I
You should be
can.
able to.
I do. I have it. Got it in my notes, baby. Let's go. All right. So, do you want to share yours first, and then we go through it, and then we talk about it. We love it, live it. Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Last year we did these. What was it? 3 times. We did in the beginning, the middle, and then the end of the season. It's kind of round off.
I don't remember doing the end, but okay.
We did the end. I remember.
You don't remember our very vivid Brock Purdy disagreement and Jalen Hurts disagreement. Remember the Jalen Hurts fight we had last year?
Oh my
I
gosh.
thought that was the beginning.
No, it was Brock Purdy in the beginning, and it was Jalen Hurts at the end. And I think I had somebody that pissed you off in the middle. I forget who. No, I had Geno Smith in the top 10. That pissed you guys off. I remember that.
Nah, Geno Smith in the top 10. Yeah, it pissed me off. It pissed me off. All right, let me watch the stream. Let's go. Let's get it. All right, here we are.
Okay, so this is the list. I'll make it as big as it can be. Let me know when you could see it fully, to a decent degree.
Da-da-da-da.
Now, these are the starters, right?
Yes.
I'll go to
Okay.
20. Okay?
I
So
love
for
how we're
now-
using Google Docs.
Yeah, why not?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Hell yeah.
Can't afford graphics, everyone.
No. We'll figure it out.
Even though you can make your own graphics for free, but it's okay.
I did this just an hour ago. Okay, so. Number 32, Tyler Schlow, quarterback of the Saints. He's a rookie. It's going to be terrible. 31, Cam Ward, another rookie. I think he's going to be better. Only 2 rookies are starting this year. Right? So it's unfair to judge how good they're going to be when I haven't seen them play. Fair?
Mm-hmm.
Fair. J.J. McCarthy, haven't seen him play. He's not technically a rookie, but he's in that category. Now we start the real list. Joe Flacco. The guy's got to retire. Okay? I like him. He's a good guy.
He can't
He's
be
not
that.
a good-
I mean, he got him at the bottom, so I get it. But I'm like, he's got some left in the tank.
There's a reason that Dylan Gabriel and Short Sanders are not starting for this. And Joe Flacco is better than both of them, somehow. But still, compared to everybody else in the NFL, not great. 28, Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is a bad quarterback. No, I still don't think he's the worst quarterback in the league, like Lewis will say he is in a few minutes. But I think he's up there. And I think he's pretty bad, but I don't think he's the worst. Then we have Michael Penix. I don't know how to feel about Michael Penix. I think he's terrible. But at the same time, I think there's potential. Potential. 26, Russell Wilson had a good start when he came into the season. Did not finish the season well. It's Russell Wilson. You're going to get what you're going to get from him. He's in the same range as Joe Flacco. 25, Justin Fields. I put this here because he only played 6 games. I'm hoping that he's better than 25. I need him to be better than 25 for my sanity and my mental health. So Justin Fields at 25, just because he played 6 games, looked decent, looked good, not great. But I think 25 is a fair number for what he did last year and how he is right now. 24, Trevor Lawrence. The fall off needs to be studied. Caleb Williams, I don't know how good he is. I think he's okay. I wouldn't even say good yet, but I think he could be great. But I think right now he's still just an okay quarterback. Tua, I like Tua when he plays. I really do believe he's a great quarterback when he plays, but just hasn't been there, and he hasn't proven it yet. And I feel like this is going to be his last chance to kind of prove it. But I think right now you can't put him in the top 20. You just can't. 21, Aaron Rodgers. I know Jess will say, "Oh, but Pat Mahomes had the same year." Aaron Rodgers was not good last year. He's clearly lost a couple of steps. And I think just based on the overall talent of quarterbacks in the league right now, he can't keep up with them. So I think 21 is a fair spot for him. 20, Dak Prescott. I personally did not know where to put Dak. This might be a tad too low. But Dak is just, I don't, like, he's always hurt now. And when he does play, he's good, but he's not great anymore. So I think 20 is fair. Drake May looked good. Drake May looked decent. I like him at 19. I don't think he's great yet, but he's getting there. Geno Smith was really good. I really wanted to put him higher, but I'm being fair, and if I'm being honest, the talent above him is better. Kyler Murray, still don't know how to feel about him. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he is. He plays like a good quarterback sometimes, and he makes a boneheaded mistake every now. Brock Purdy.
You think Kyler Murray should be above Dak Prescott?
Right now, yeah, because at least Kyler Murray can stay healthy a full year and play.
Okay.
Brock Purdy, I put him at 16 for your guys. If it was up to me, you know where I put him. But he can make a 5-yard slant. That's the prerequisite. So he could be 16. It's fun. I think he's good. I think he's not great. I think he's good. Fine. It's whatever. Bryce Young, I'm expecting a lot. I think he has potential to move into the top 10 this year with a great year. I really do believe that. I think he's a fringe top 10 quarterback. But I think from what happened last year, and we're going by talent, not by numbers, talent, he showed good things and bad things. He showed great things and really bad things. So I think 15 right now is a good spot for me. He's not the worst, but he needs stuff to work on and get better. He needs to show that. I think 15 is good. Sam Darnold, we love Sam Darnold. I think he had a resurgence last year. He proved he has talent. The Jets screwed him up completely. It wasn't Sam's fault. We know that now. I think you have a good year in Seattle. I think he had a great year in Minnesota. And I think he's proven that he's an NFL quarterback. I think he's blossoming late in his career. And it's a great thing to see. Jordan Love's interesting because I really wanted to put him low. Because I don't remember how really good Jordan Love was last year. And he was kind of middle of the pack, and I wanted to put him lower, but everybody else just did not feel like they were as talented as he can be, as he should be. I think he should be in the top 10 conversation. I think he should be in that, kind of range of being a great quarterback, and he's not. And I think you're kind of starting to see a little bit of a dip from him. I know he took them to a playoff against the Eagles and lost. I know he had a really kind of interesting year with the Packers last year when he was hurt, and he came back and he played okay, and he played really. But I think there's still another level to Jordan Love he can get to, but I also feel like there's no level he can decrease to. I feel like he's in an interesting spot. But I think 13 is a good spot. 12, Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix could be a top 10 quarterback this year. He looks great. He looks fantastic. He was the best quarterback out of the rookies last year. He has a lot of potential. I think with that team and that offense, he'll continue to grow and get better. I think you can see already he's a really good young NFL quarterback that's going to blossom to be something even better. But I think 12 right now is a good spot for me. He can grow out of that spot. Justin Herbert. I love Justin Herbert. I think he's the most underrated quarterback in the league. I like him. I think he's decent. I think fringe top 10 is fair for the year he had last year and year he could have this year. I don't think he's at that elite level yet, but I think he's getting there. And I think with another year under Harbaugh, he'll get to that next level and he'll progress even better. But if we're going on talent alone, I think 11 is fair. I don't think he's top 10 or elite yet, but I think he could get there. Stafford's an elite quarterback. He's a top 10 quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. Until this guy retires, until he has a bad year, he's going to be my top 10 always in terms of talent. I'll take Matthew Stafford on any team right now. Any team would. He's just that good. So Matthew Stafford is a top 10 quarterback for me. Jalen Hurts has 9. I know. Oh my God, he should be in top 5. You know my feelings on Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's a great passer as everybody says he is. I think he's a really good runner. But I think that does mean he has talent. I'm not saying he doesn't have talent, but I'm saying in terms of overall talent, there's something he's excelling more at than others. But he excels at it really well. And I think Jalen Hurts does a good job in the passing game and a really great job in the running game. But to me, that's not a top 5 quarterback. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he could lead that team, and he's clearly done it before. I think 9 for Jalen Hurts is fair. For me personally, I know you guys are going to have an issue with that, but that's fine. CJ Stroud at 8. This was a tough one, too, because I wanted to put him lower. But you could see he still has talent, and he's got all the tools to be a great NFL quarterback. He's got all the tools to be elite. He just didn't show it last year, and there was a lot of injuries last year. That rookie year still sticks in my mind as what a great year that was. So I think last year you could kind of just, not throw it away, but you can still see he still had the talent in there. And I think 8's a fair spot for it. I do. But I could see the argument for putting him lower just based on the talent what happened last year, and the talent that's down there. Maybe you can move Bo Nix around. Maybe you can move Jordan Love up, Matt Stafford up. I could see the movement, but I think there's still a great quarterback in there, and he did show glimpses of it last year, and he still is proving he can be an elite quarterback this year. Baker at 7. This is for Lewis, but I do believe Baker is a great quarterback. I mean, I think he's deserving of a top 10 spot. I think he's fringe top 5. I wouldn't go that far, but I think 7 is fair, kind of that in between 5 and 10 range. Based on last year and what he's done in the past and what he's proven so far, I think he's deserved a top 10 representation spot. Jared Goff at 6. Jared Goff was a great quarterback last year. I don't care what anybody says. He commanded that offense really well. He did what he was supposed to do. He proved that you could be a great minimalistic quarterback and get the job done. And he had some monster games last year. A couple of inconsistent games, picks, but when you boil down to it, he was one of the better quarterbacks last year in what was a really non-competitive quarterback league. He stood out among a lot of people. I think he's proven that he's deserving of a top 10 spot, and he can be a decent quarterback. Patrick Mahomes at 5. I mean, obviously, if we're not talking about the stats from last year, Patrick Mahomes still a top 5 quarterback in this league, easily, very easily. I think he had a down year, didn't look great, which is why he's not number 1, as Jeff might think he should be. But I think 5, just based on his talent and what he's done, what he can do, and his agility and his vision down the field, and his ability to, find a way to get the ball into his receiver's hands. I think he's proven that he's at least top 5 quarterback, and he deserves that still. Now, could that regress, and could he have another shitty year like he did last year to his standard? Yes. But I think if we're going on a baseline 0 number, Pat Mahomes is a top 5 quarterback. Jane Daniels at 4. I mean, after 1 year, you have to put him in the top 5. He was a top 5 quarterback. I know I said Bo Nix was the best quarterback out of the draft. I lied. Jane Daniels. Got Jane Daniels rookie. That's how good he was. I forgot he was a rookie. He was just so great last year, and his ability to run, his decision making, his ability to kind of force the ball, his competitiveness, all showed out. I think you have to put him in your top 5 just based on what happened last year and the talent that he's shown already, and the ability he has to drive the ball downfield, gunsling it, run it. and command an offense like he did. That was really impressive. Joe Burrow at 3, could be at 1, but I think the two guys ahead of him are just better. I think they just are. They do a little bit more than Joe, but obviously Joe's still an elite quarterback to a degree. I think Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are just 1-2 always. They're going to be 1A, 1B. Like you could change them either way. I think Lamar just does a little bit more consistently better than Josh. Josh has a couple of games where he's kind of iffy. He throws a couple of picks sometimes, and we have like a bad game or two. But I think Lamar's consistent across the board in all his stats, all his numbers, his touchdowns, his rushing touchdowns, his rushing yards. I just feel like Lamar is a bit more consistent, and his talent kind of shows out a little bit more. Where Josh is a bit more rough around the edges, and you can see the talent there, but you'll get a glimpse of like a very bad pass or like a decision that doesn't go the right way. So I think Lamar deserving of number 1, but I can see the argument for Allen. But that's my list. Thoughts?
I mean, I don't disagree with a lot of it.
I'll take that.
Let's
Some
start.
are questionable.
Let's start from the bottom. All right.
Okay.
So pretty much from 32 to go up a little bit. 32 to like 18. I don't have a problem with this list. Once you said Kyler Murray over Geno, I was about to have a fit. I'm not going to lie. I think Geno is so much better than Kyler Murray.
Okay.
In my list, I have Geno above Kyler.
Okay.
I think Kyler, for me, is closer to 20 than he is closer to the top 15. Respectfully.
Well, if I'm going by how I think talent is, and I'm going based on not the numbers last year, because the numbers prove Geno Smith was the top 10 quarterback last year based on the numbers. He just was. I think Kyler Murray has a lot more talent than Geno Smith right now. He's more mobile. I feel like he has a stronger arm, and I feel like he's able to make the more tougher and better. I think Geno kind of is more of a pocket passer. I feel like he's lost a step. Last year, he kind of didn't move around as much as he was going to, and he, at times, did not make great decisions with the ball. And I feel like Kyler and Geno kind of stuck together in that regard. So that's why I kind of put them together. I feel like they kind of play almost a similar way as, like, Kyler looks like Geno did 5 years ago, and Geno looks like Kyle's going to be like in 5 years. And I feel like that's kind of how they're connected. I just feel like right now, Kyler just plays a little bit better than Geno, and I would rather have a Kyler Murray than a Geno Smith right now. I think that's kind of my goal. I'd rather have a Kyler Murray than a Geno Smith, in my opinion.
Sure, yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty high on Geno on my list. Not like super like out of the range of what you're talking about. It's only like a couple picks, but I think especially when you're getting into those, like, because the top like 10, you pretty much know, and it's not really that hard to name. Once you start getting past 10, you get to 11, 12, 13, 14, all the way up to like 18. We start getting into nitty gritty a little bit. I just think right now Geno Smith is just a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. I just think he is. Maybe like for me, like obviously Kyler Murray has arm talent. He has like the legs and everything, but when I'm watching Arizona Cardinals games, he doesn't do what like he's been like projected to do, and also he is 5'9", so like it is a bit harder for him to get his shit off, respectfully. So I just think Geno right now is just better. Maybe not the running, obviously, but when it comes to being an NFL quarterback, I think Geno's better right now. A couple years ago, this was not the case.
I just feel like Kyler offers a lot more than Geno does.
Yeah, he does. But has he been able to?
I feel like Geno Smith is a known product, and you're seeing regression. whereas Kyler's kind of been stabilizing at like a mid-level quarterback, and I feel like Geno. When you think about Geno, I think you think of like a mid-level quarterback. Not last year, but if you're going to a year zero like we are right now, he still is a mid-level quarterback. When push comes to shove, I can't put Geno anywhere near 15, or at least fringe 15.
Fair enough. All right. And then I had another gripe. Oh, not a gripe. This is an agreement. Where you had Brock Purdy on the list, I agree with. I agree with 100%.
Look, guys, chat.
I think the players above him maybe.
Consistently, it gets into their minds and they start to see what you've been saying.
But
I've been saying this for 2 years, and now we're starting to come around to this fact.
But I will say though, why the fuck is Bryce Young at 15? This is a fucking disgrace. This is fucking disgraceful. This right here makes me want to hurt something.
But how has he like truly shown that? And like he had a terrible year last year.
Granted, it was better than the years before, but like he did get benched.
He had a terrible 4 weeks. And then after that, we all applauded and say, hey, this kid's got something now.
But
right? You look at the quarterbacks below him.
But, okay, you're saying talent. Okay, you're saying talent. You think he's more talented than Kyler Murray?
Yes. Right now, yes.
No shot. That's crazy work. Now, don't get me wrong. On my list, I think they're not far off. All right.
And again, they're between Brock Purdy. They're between 2 spots. I don't think it's that crazy that he's not immensely talented.
I'm not gonna lie. Brock Purdy right now is way more talented than Bryce Young. Way more talented.
I think Bryce Young has a lot more going for him right now than Kyler Murray.
Bryce Young needs to be more into the 20s. I'm not saying deep into the 20s. I'm saying he needs to be touching 2. He needs to be in his first number should be 2. Really it should not be 1.
High on Bryce Young this year. I think this kid is going to be something. I really do.
No, okay.
I see a lot of really good things out of him. I think he really could be a great quarterback. I do. I'm really high on him this year.
Where'd you have Darnold? 14? All right. For me, I feel like Darnold could have been maybe a spot higher, but that's just me. That's just my preference. But it's not bad. I don't mind Darnold. Bo Nix is great. I think maybe he could have been a spot higher. I'm just gonna say it. So it's not bad. For me, this isn't a gripe either. I'm going to kind of agree with you. Jalen Hurts at 9, even though I do have him higher than that, I don't disagree with your assessment about Jalen Hurts and who he is as a quarterback. I'm just higher on Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. That's just me.
Right.
But I can see that.
You guys know how I feel about Jalen Hurts. Mm-hmm. You guys know how I feel about him.
Yeah.
That offense that Philly runs. It's not a quarterback-heavy offense. They're not reliant on Jalen Hurts. When Jalen Hurts is called upon, he does good things and great things. But is he as talented as Stroud, Baker, Goff, Mahomes, Daniels, Burrow, Allen, and Jackson? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Some of those names, yes. But we'll get into that in my list. All right. Goff over Mayfield.
Yeah. I know. I know.
I think for me you can switch them, just to switch them, and I think that's perfect for me. And then Jaden Daniels at 4, I don't mind it. I don't mind him being in the top 5 of quarterbacks, but over Patrick Mahomes
right now, yeah.
I can't. For me, I would switch them. If I'm taking this ranking right now, I would switch Jaden Daniels to 5 and Patrick to 4, respectfully.
I think Jaden Daniels right now is just he's looking like rookie Patrick Mahomes. He's doing it.
Are you honestly saying he's more talented than Patrick Mahomes? Like just
right
off
now,
talent?
Right
you think Jaden Daniels can pull off some of the trickery that Patrick Mahomes has done?
Because he did not have a great year Patrick Mahomes had last year, and you're seeing regression a little bit, and Jaden Daniels had a rookie of the year type year.
I think keyword rookie.
Mahomes got slapped around in the Super Bowl. Then I'm high on him. Then that's it. And I'm not high on Patrick Mahomes. Then that's it. I'm not building Mahomes Mountain like a lot of people are, but I think he's still a top 5 quarterback when he plays. I think he's still elite. But I think Jaden Daniels, based on last year and the talent that he has right now, I think he could easily surpass him. And if Pat Mahomes plays like he did last year, he could go further down the list. That's how bad Pat Mahomes played last year. Like, it was not a great year of Pat Mahomes at all. Wasn't even close to the standard of what we built him up to be. It was elite. Any team and quarterback will take what the year Pat Mahomes had, but the year that he had was not good, and he got bashed in the Super Bowl, and that's what we remember.
Yeah, but I don't think he could have been that terrible because he found ways for them to win 15-2. That was their record before they got smashed. The Washington Commanders did not look perfect in all those games. They saw.
The Chiefs lost all their games. The Commanders at least had a good run and at least made a great shout and make the games competitive. The Chiefs were losing every game they played last year.
But they ended up winning. They ended up winning 15 of those games.
And the Commanders went to an AFC Championship game.
All right.
They were one game away from the Super Bowl and they lost to the Eagles.
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Keep talking. This is juicy.
I just feel like Jaden Daniels, that's way too high for 1 year. And if you're talking about talent, you got to be serious, bro. Patrick Mahomes didn't have the career he's had based off what? Random things? No, his talent is what makes him an elite quarterback.
And Jaden Daniels did not have similar talent?
No one else has done yet. Some of these plays Jaden Daniel probably can't make yet. That's just my opinion. I didn't make a list. I'm just saying. I agree with Lewis. Those can just be reversed. I understand being high on Jaden Daniel, but ahead of Patrick Mahomes, that's just a little naive, but that's just my opinion. My opinion is not law.
I'm saying, based on what I've seen, and Jaden Daniels can also regress. Jaden Daniels is not set in stone as better than Pat Mahomes. It can easily be flipped, but based on what I've seen so far, Jaden Daniels had a great season last year. Pat Mahomes, I did not see a great season from him last year, and I think in that regard, I have to put Jaden Daniels. And from my personal feeling and understanding, based on the talent and what I saw last year and years prior, it's been a slow decrease from Pat, and Jaden Daniels, based on 1 year, has been fantastic. Like, it's been fantastic.
1 year, bro. Just 1 year.
But that's all we have to go on. That's all we have. It's all we have to go
Exactly. So to say that he is he's elite right now is a little pushing it. I think he's on his way. He's on his way.
I'm not gonna lie. You know what this is. You know what this sounds like to me.
But CJ Stroud had an amazing rookie year.
And guess where Hey, Jess. Guess where I put CJ Stroud? Number 4. Maybe a little high, maybe a little fucking high, if I do say so.
That may be a little high.
It was high, and I was high on him. But you know what I did have? Fucking Patrick Mahomes within like the top 3. Like,
I can't argue you out of that spot. I can't, right? Because it's Pat Mahomes. But what I'm saying is that Pat Mahomes also did not have a great year, and that his talent has slowly been going down. That's all I'm saying. And could he easily be number 1 quarterback again this year? Absolutely.
Is his talent slowly going down, or is the fucking Chiefs finally got some kinks in their armor?
There were some pretty bad throws that he made. He made some pretty bad decisions last year. He did.
They did, but motherfucker got 15.
Now, how many of them were his wins, and how many of them were?
You can't tell me that's not talent. Can't tell me that's
I'm not saying it's not talent. What I'm saying is that when push comes to shove, I think if you're comparing Jaden Daniels to Pat, Jaden Daniels has more talent right now.
That's insane, but okay.
I think he's also insane. I think if you just switch Pat Mahomes and Jaden Daniels, I wouldn't say shit. I'll be like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great.
Like, I don't think anyone disagrees with Jaden Daniels being number 5 or 4, but to put him above Pat, that's pushing it.
I agree.
But that's just my opinion. It's
You
my
guys gotta
thing.
get off the Mahomes mountain, all right? That's all I'm gonna say. Like
That-
No, listen. I
the
understand
Mahomes
because
mountain is coming down.
what goes up comes down, and we saw Philadelphia take care of that, right? Like these people are beatable, but you have to admit there's a reason why people are reluctant to write the Chiefs off right away because they were not good last year and they still went to the Super Bowl. So we can't pretend that they're just like a fluke team that 1 year they're good and 1 year they're not. No, these people have been showing up when it fucking counts. So it's
Right.
like
The team.
I don't think we should
But
write them off.
we're talking about Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, and I think talented and elite quarterbacks carry their team, like Patrick Mahomes.
And
I-
like Jane Daniels.
But I don't think we're saying that
Okay,
Jane
he's a
Daniels
rookie,
is
so
so
he
much
hasn't proven
fucking
it, but-
shit. We're saying Pat Mahomes is better.
Again, I'm not saying Pat Mahomes is bad either, but I'm saying if we're going by all talent, what happened last year and the year I have 1 year Jane Daniels compared to 1 year Pat Mahomes, right? That's all. That's the comp. That's the only comp you can make. Because Jane Daniels hasn't played 2 years, right? From a 1 year span of Jane Daniels to a 1 year span of Pat Mahomes, Jane Daniels proved that he's at least better than Pat Mahomes in some regard, in my opinion. Okay, for the entirety, because Pat Mahomes has a longevity, the first 4 years of Pat Mahomes blows everybody out of the water, respectfully. The past 3 years of Pat Mahomes has been a slowdown. Maybe not a decrease, but a slowdown, right? And you're starting to see regression a little bit. Jay Daniels can only go up or down, and I think he's going to remain up.
But we'll see what his second year is like.
We will.
CJ Stroud had
Again,
an amazing year, and then he struggled in his second year. So, and I'm sure Jaden Daniels is not.
My
I'm
list.
sure he's going to struggle.
I'll show it again, because my list has a lot of flexibility, right? When you look at my list, it is very flexible. You can easily move Jane Daniels, Pat Mahomes down. You can easily move Baker and Jared Goff. You can easily move Jalen Hurts up or down, right? You can easily move Bo Nixon. You can move Sam Darnold and Brock Purdy up, Bryce Young down, Kyler Murray up. You can move Drake May up if you want to. Dak Prescott can even go further down. The list is very, right? I think at the end of the day, I think this is just what I feel in terms of talent and like how long or like where they're going to be long term. I think this is probably the best I can make in terms of how I feel they will have going into the year based on talent, right? It's a list that's not set in stone. It's very interchangeable and it could be very different come week 8. But I think if we're going off of talent and what we know about these quarterbacks, this is what I think is the best list out there right now.
Fair enough. Well, it's time for my list, baby. Let's get it. Share my screen. Make a selection. Application. How do I share this window? Let's go. Share this window. Okay. My stream is paused. Okay. How does it look in OBS though? You pause to save resources. That sucks. Oh, there it is. We're here. We're live.
Very
We're
small.
in. It is pretty small. This is Apple.
Can you zoom?
I can't zoom, unfortunately. I can make the words bigger.
That's what I did. Make the words
Well,
bigger.
yeah. Can you just make it bigger?
Okay. That's as big as it can get.
Oh, that is terrible.
I know.
You can't copy and paste this.
It's at okay. Jesus. All right, stop fucking streaming. Let's go fucking over here.
Don't say the Lord's. Listen.
Okay,
Do
all
you not see
right.
this sign?
Let's go over here. All right.
Do you not see
Let's
this
go
sign?
to
Do not
Google
say God's
Docs.
name.
Let's make a doc. All right, calm down. Let's go over
if
here.
If I can just tell you how many crosses are in this office right now.
Let's go over here. All right. Bolden it. Make it big. There we go. This is good. All right. That should be good. Let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go. I think that's good. Okay. This is good. All right. Now let me go over here to Discord, share my screen, make a selection, go over here, share this window. Okay.
Okay.
We're in it. We're here, boys. There we go. All right. It looks better.
That's much better.
It's much better. All right. I'm never doing Apple again. Thank you. All right. Here we go. 32 and 31. They're both trash. Saints QB, Colts QB. I don't care who it is. They're both going to be here anyway. They're shit. Joe Flacco at 30. He's old. He'll get you maybe a win or two. That's it. Cam Ward. I just think he's equipped with a lot more tools and talent than old Joe Flacco right now, who's 40 and wants to be at home with his kids. Cam Ward, I think, is just... if I had to pick, I'm taking Cam Ward over Joe Flacco every single day of the week. We have J.J. McCarthy here. It's tough because he hasn't played. Neither has Cam Ward. So I kind of just went off of who played more. And I saw J.J. McCarthy in like a preseason game before that. So to be honest, these rankings from like 32 to like 27, feeling based. Whatever. Michael Penix... 27. He played one game. He looked okay. I seen him play, though. 26, Justin Fields. For Justin Daniels' sake, he better fucking not be 26. He better be a top 10 QB. But as of right now, he hasn't shown that he could be that upper echelon of a top 15 or even a top 20 QB, which is why he is at 26. We have Trevor Lawrence.
Just real quick, I will take a top 15 Justin Fields.
Oh.
I'll take that.
I feel like anybody would take a top 15 Justin Fields.
I'll take that.
Because that means he's actually pretty solid. He's decent. Then we have Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is tough to rank because it's like coming out of college, he was this guy who was viewed as like one of the best quarterback prospects, and then
he's barely average.
Yeah. And he's shown flashes, right? But then he's shown where he's just absolutely awful. So for me, for this season, he has to prove a hell of a lot in order to even sniff the top 15, even to come close to it. Russell Wilson, I think right now, Russell Wilson is in a decent situation with the Giants. They got some young pass catchers. They got a decent offensive line coming in. The defense is going to be able to carry and try to give Russ opportunities to cook. And last year with the Steelers, he wasn't too bad. So I think right now, as much as it hurts me to put Trevor Lawrence below Russell Wilson, I feel like I have to do it. And it hurts my heart to do that.
I think Russell Wilson has proven, unlike Trevor Lawrence, that he could be an asset. That he can help.
Yeah. We got Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers' year last year was pretty slept on. I think he played individually well. Granted, the team success was not there at all. But overall, his stats weren't terrible. He actually looked pretty good. And they just didn't amount to any wins. So, 22, I have Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young has shown that he is not a number 30 quarterback anymore. I think he's shown progression. I think he's going to continue to show progression. I don't think he's going to hold this ranking by midseason. I think he'll be higher, right? That's just me. I have a decent projection for him. I think that he can probably get to a 19 or he could probably get to an 18 range by midseason. And who knows, maybe the Panthers have a decent year. Maybe he sneaks up to that 17, 16 range, right? I don't mind that projection from Bryce Young. I think he's a pretty talented guy. And he just now has to show it, right, more consistently than he did last year. Caleb Williams, I think Caleb Williams, last year, it was a tough year, right, first-year quarterback. And I think he played okay, right? He didn't play, like, super terrible, awful. I feel like the offense last year wasn't really that catered towards him and what he could really do. Granted, he did have a hell of a lot of pass catchers, but for some reason that offense just didn't click, and it kind of showed in his play. But I do think Caleb Williams has a lot of talent, and I would take him over Bryce Young right now, just because of his physical tools and his ability to do crazy magical things with the football. 20, I have Tua. When he is healthy, and when he is, finding guys over the middle and hitting up these speedsters and they could take it to the house, he's a good quarterback. I think he's better than all the other guys I just named. And hopefully he has a good year and he stays healthy, but the health really kind of brings him down, right? If he stays more healthy, he's past the Kyler Murray, past the Drake May, he's past all these guys, right? Maybe, sneaking up to that Brock Purdy, Geno Smith range, if I'm being honest. Kyler Murray at 19, I think, I know Kyler Murray has talent. I just need to see him put it together more consistently. It's tough when he has a really good game, but then he has a next game where he has an interception, a rushing touchdown, and barely 150 yards passing. I think he just needs to be way more consistent for me to put him higher on this list. Not saying he's not talented. I just think he needs to put it all together more. 18, I have Drake May. This may sound crazy, but I think Drake May is a sneaky candidate to be pushed inside the top 15. And it may sound crazy because he is at 18 right now. I just think his talent is immense. And what he did last year with a Patriots team that was absolute dog shit booty cheeks, he actually looked like a competent QB in an offense that was awful, running game awful, defense awful, O-line awful. He actually looked like a bright spot, and you saw why he was picked number 3 overall. Dak Prescott. I think when Dak Prescott's healthy, I think he could be higher than this. But now can he stay healthy? He has good pass catchers with CeeDee Lamb and now George Pickens. Dak can sling the football. He can rip it. I would take Dak Prescott over any QBs on this list. I think he's just that more talented. And he can get you to playoff games, right? He may not be able to win it, but he can damn sure get you to a playoff game. Dak is a very serviceable quarterback, and I don't think that he's like anything less than like Drake May or Kyler Murray. I think this is a decent spot for Dak Prescott when he's healthy. Mid-season, I hope he can go up, right? I hope he can, but we'll see. 16, I have Brock Purdy. Me and Daniel finally agree. I think Brock Purdy is, he's at that midpoint of quarterbacks, right? He's not below 17, but he's not above 15. He's right there, right? And I feel like when I was doing these rankings, it was kind of hard not to put him here. Like I felt like I had to, right? I'm naming QBs and I'm just going off. And then I'm like, Brock Purdy just fits at 16, right? Like, he's not the worst QB you can have, but you can certainly do better. He can certainly play better. I think he is a talented QB, regardless of, the system and the talent around him. I think he is a talented QB, and I think we kind of saw that a little bit last year. It just didn't amount to wins, so that's why it didn't really look as impressive as it was. But he had to try and carry an injury-prone team to try and win games. And, some of those mistakes were on him. But I do think he has talent enough to where if his team is up to par, he can get the job done. Number 15, Geno Smith.
We all come back to reality.
We have Geno Smith at 15. I think Geno Smith played very well last year. I think he has a great arm, accurate arm. And I just think the Raiders got a massive upgrade at QB. To be able to try and get some level of offense rolling in there. I think Geno Smith's a really good QB. 14, I have Justin Herbert of the Chargers. Justin Herbert's interesting. I think he could be higher, but it's kind of like I don't think he can be lower than 14, but I do think he could be higher. I personally need to see more winning a little bit, just a little bit, right? And I know he's talented. I know he has great mechanics, and he's an excellent quarterback. But for him to be above, the Jordan Loves, the Sam Darnolds, and the Bo Nix, I need to see it done consistently. And it didn't help that he left a stain on his kind of like legacy of last year when he threw like 4 picks in a playoff game. It didn't help his case at all. You kind of saw why people underrate or maybe perfectly rate Herbert within the mid-tier of quarterbacks. Number 13, I have Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love is an exceptional QB. I love his arm talent. he does make risky moves, which can get him in a lot of trouble. But I do think he has the arm talent and the mental processing, and I think he's just one of the better half of the QBs, right? I would rather have him than anybody else I would have on this list, right? I would take Jordan Love over Justin Herbert any day of the week, in my opinion. I just think he's way more talented. Not way more, but like he is more talented than Justin Herbert right now. Now that could change. He could fall off a cliff. Could be absolute dog shit. Justin Herbert, because stock could go up, in my opinion. But as of right now, I think this is a decent spot for Jordan Love to be based on his talent level. Number 12, I have Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold last year was a top 10 QB for me. I think he played exceptional in that offense that the Minnesota Vikings have. And what more can you say, right? He played exceptional. He proved a lot of doubters that he was just this guy who's just awful and he's never going to be anything. And he's the first 3 games of the season, Sam Darnold is great, but then the rest of the season's awful. He actually proved the doubters wrong, and he showed that he actually has talent in this league. And I think that this is a very good spot to rate him right now. Number 11, I have Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix is a stud. I think he's really good. I think this next year he's going to take an even bigger leap. Now, how bigger of a leap that may be, I'm not too sure. But I think he can sneak into this top 10 by midseason and by year's end. Matthew Stafford. He's a top 10 QB. The arm talent's ridiculous. He's a great quarterback, great processor, could slice up a defense. And, yeah, he's been a top 10 quarterback for almost his whole career. So it's kind of hard not to put him in the top 10 right now. I have CJ Stroud. Last year was a down year, but I do believe in his talent and his ability to make his team great. Because last year, well, not last year, but the year before, right, he comes into league as a rookie and he makes that team, which a Texans team who picked number 2 overall, actually competent at football. I know, it's crazy. And he made Nico Collins look fantastic. He made Tank Dell look fantastic. Last year was a bit of a down year, but he still got this team to the playoffs, right? And a lot of injuries on that team, and the O-line wasn't great, and he still brought this team to the playoffs. That just goes to show you his talent level and how he was able to elevate the guys around him, even though they aren't that good or they were hurt. So I think CJ Stroud at 9 is good. Now, he could fall off a cliff. He could maybe go to like 13 or 14 or 15. But I think this is good for right now. Jared Goff of the Lions. Jared Goff plays with the Lions, and the system is fucking phenomenal. Play action, run the ball, throw it deep, hit them guys over the middle on deep crossers, and he hits them. And I think he is a talented QB. His individual talent level isn't as good as his talent level within a system. So for me, maybe I could put him at 9 or 10, right? And maybe put Matthew Stafford a little bit higher. But I think with the seasons that he's been having with the Detroit Lions, it's hard not to put him in the top 10 and hard not to put him within the top 8. It's really hard because he's a really good QB. Number 7, I have Baker Mayfield. That's my guy. That's all I need to say. Baker Mayfield's my guy. He's proven the doubters wrong once again. 40-plus touchdowns last year. His arm talent's ridiculous. He can make plays with his feet as well. I just think he's a very talented guy. Puts his heart on the line. And I've been telling people about Baker for years when they wrote him off in Cleveland. Don't forget, he brought Cleveland to a playoff game, playoff berth. You have to be talented to do that. You have to have some level of talent to be able to do that. Jayden Daniels at 6. Rookie year, I thought he was phenomenal. He pretty much propelled that Commanders team to what was their most successful season in recent memory. And he looked damn good doing it. I could see an argument where I put him in the top 5. And I wouldn't disagree, probably. I just think that number 5, Jalen Hurts, is the top. I think he's one of the elite QBs in the league. I'm very high on Jalen Hurts. Whether you like him in the top 5 or whether you like him in the top 10, he is in this range. He's in the 5 to 10 range. I'm just way more high on his talent and what he does on the field as a two-way quarterback that could run and pass. And I think like people knock him because of the talent on his team. God forbid a QB has talent, right? God forbid.
And then you can say the problem with that argument that I hate, and you can say that with half these quarterbacks on here. Seriously. You're supposed to have talent on your team. The quarterback should not be the only one with magic, but he should be the one with the best one.
Yeah.
So it's like, I hate that argument.
And, a couple years ago, this guy was like third in MVP voting, second in MVP voting, right behind Patrick Mahomes, right? This guy was almost an MVP of the league. And we're trying to sit here and say now that he is not even close to top 10 range. He's not even within the top 10 range. I've seen ESPN rankings ranking him outside of the top 10. I'm like, so dumb people rank these things now. So actually stupid people are here. Jalen Hurts is a good QB. I feel like in his system, it's made his talents not as prevalent because he doesn't have to do too much for the team to be successful. So we don't see his numbers be as gaudy as maybe they could be in a different type of system. But I do believe that he is talented, right? And if you want to say, hey, Jaden Daniels is more talented than Jalen Hurts, I wouldn't mind you switching Jalen Hurts to 6. I wouldn't mind that. If Jaden Daniels has another impressive year, he's above Jalen Hurts. All right? Mid-season, if Jaden Daniels is playing better than Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels is in the top 5. So that's how interchangeable these guys are, where you can just switch them for me. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes. Based on talent, he's the elite of the elite. He's the upper echelon of QBs. He had a down year last year, but he still was able to propel that team who didn't play all that well to get a lot of wins and to be able to bring that team to the Super Bowl in tough, gritty playoff games, to be able to still make plays with that team who was pretty injured, right? He loses his number 1 wide receiver. He doesn't have Hollywood Brown for basically almost the whole year. He has Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce who had a down year. And he was still able to win games against pretty good comp, and be able to outscore some of these teams. And he played well in those games. And he can still do it with his legs as well. He has Mahomes magic. He's a top 5 QB, whether you like it or not. Number 3, we have Joe Burrow. I think it's the top 2 for me are interchangeable with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow is the number 3 quarterback in this entire league, hands down. I think if you put him 4, it's a disservice. If you put him 5, it's a disservice. But if you put him 2, chill out. You know what I mean? So I think Joe Burrow is the number 3 quarterback in this league right now, based off of talent. I mean, he almost literally soloed a 1v10 in a COD lobby last year because what he was doing with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins was out of this mind. If they had any defense, if Joe Burrow could play safety, they would be a 10-win team. But he doesn't play safety. He plays QB. Lamar Jackson, number 2. I like Lamar Jackson. I think he's very talented. I just think, personally, Josh Allen is the best QB in the league. I think his arm talent is fucking ridiculous. And I think his ability to run with the ball as well and make those plays with his legs kind of propels him just a little bit, just a touch. Right? I think the arm is better. And I think Josh Allen, man, when he gets going and when you look at his team, he doesn't really have like those like bigger names on his team. It kind of like, it's funny because Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are like 2 of the best QBs, but you look at their like outside receivers, pretty fucking mid, right? When you like Khalil Shakir's cool, but fucking Rashad Bateman is also fucking shit. Like these are not like great wide receiver rooms. These aren't great like catch passing rooms, but they still make it work because they have an innate ability to create outside of the scope of the play. And Josh Allen's arm is ridiculous. So yeah, that's my ranking. Thank you. I feel like I just did a fucking PowerPoint presentation. I feel like we're about to make the business $1 million. All right, there you go. That's my ranking. Flame it. Go, flame it. Flame it. Go. Flame it.
I don't disagree with yours half as much as I disagree with Dave.
What else is fucking new?
Daniel, you're
what
crazy.
else?
Okay, you're crazy. You're crazy.
All right,
Crazy.
Daniel, talk to me. What are your gripes with this list? What did you like jot down, note down that you feel
From the
like
bottom.
this way all the way to the
So,
bottom?
Yeah, 32, 31, 30, up to 27, you're good. I would put Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson. You could put. I think Trevor Lawrence is better than Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers personally.
Mhm.
And I know he had a terrible year. I could see the argument. I think there's still a great quarterback in there. I think Wilson and Rodgers are past their prime. I think in terms of what they can do, I think Lawrence can still do than what they can do personally.
All right.
So Bryce Young 22 is criminal. I'm sorry.
What? How? I just can't. I can't get it. What is with it? What's up with this?
This is where we're gonna disagree.
Who would have thought?
I think he's better than Caleb Williams. I think he was better than Caleb Williams last year. I think he's more talented than Caleb Williams right now. I think he's better than Tua. I think the argument is Kyler. Drake made 18 is fine, but I think when push comes to shove, I think Bryce Young was better and is more talented right now than Drake May. I think he's more talented. And then you get to Dak. I could see the Dak argument. I just haven't seen it from Dak in a long time, and I think the past 2-3 years he's been riddled with injuries.
Daniel,
Don't.
are you gonna sit here and tell me right now that Bryce Young is better than Dak Prescott? More talented?
Daniel has lost.
Are you serious?
Okay.
More talented,
That's insane.
Again, more talented. It's not better, it's more talented. I think Bryce Young has a lot
But
more
even
talent.
talented, you hear yourself.
Look, I like Bryce Young. I love the underdog story. Gets benched, right? Comes back, plays pretty well. Has a tough game with the Eagles. Tough, close games, right? I think he still has a long way to go.
But
I feel like, in all honesty, if he was that talented, he wouldn't have gotten benched. You have
think
to
Dak
be
Prescott's
realistic.
talent is
Seriously.
gone.
No one is benching Dak Prescott unless his ass is injured.
Well, his ass was injured, and his ass did not play good when he came back either. When he was healthy, he didn't play good. I'm not saying he was terrible, but he didn't play good. I think him and Bryce Young are on the same wavelength right now. Right now. We're not talking about Dak Prescott from 5 years ago. We're talking about Dak Prescott right now, talent-wise. Talent-wise, it's not good. Talent-wise, it's not there anymore. Talent-wise, he's lost a step. Bryce Young went up a little bit for me. And right now, him and Dak Prescott are right there.
Bryce Young went up, it's not up enough to reach Dak Prescott. Just because Dak Prescott took a step down.
If Dak Prescott is 100%
Bryce Young's improvement was not a big
Bryce Young
jump.
is fully healthy, I think it's right there.
Okay, he's getting better. Because he's supposed to get better.
And Dak's supposed to be great, and Dak's not. But Dak's supposed to be great, and he's not. Bryce Young is going to eventually probably be better than him. If Dak Prescott goes the way, if Dak keeps going the way he's going, and Bryce keeps going the way he's going, Bryce Young right now is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott.
That's criminal. That's a crime.
Crazy,
that is a crime. That's a crime.
You know what? This is going to be my Brock Purdy now.
Hold on. So are you going to sit here and tell me? Also,
someone who got benched, that means their talent was, or was
and then he came back and showed how talented he was. Just because he got benched doesn't mean that he was a terrible. He was a terrible quarterback for 4 weeks.
No, but he made improvements.
And he came back and proved he was a better quarterback.
But it wasn't something like breathtaking.
I'm not saying it was breathtaking, but I'm saying for where he was and where the league is, he was a lot better than what a lot of quarterbacks were last year.
Bryce Young being a top 15 QB is fucking criminal.
At the end of the season is not impactful.
That is criminal.
Like, yeah, you came back in the last 4 games when the season's already done and gone. Yeah, you finally feel better to play better.
He had 12 weeks to work with.
Yo, who would have thought Bryce Young would have caused an argument? Who would have thought, bro? I would have been like, you know what? Jalen Hurts is going to be the big selling point right here. But no, it's fucking Bryce Young. I know Panthers fans. They would even say Bryce Young is not better than Dak Prescott. No Panthers fan would say this.
No.
Okay.
I feel like talent If your talent is flashy and it's amazing and it's oh my god and it's like, they're not gonna bench you. They would find a way to make it work for him. But even
And
the
they
coach was like,
did.
your talent
And
cannot
they
take
did,
us
but
where we
they
need to
did
go. So
make
you
it
need
work.
to sit.
They did make it work.
Now I will say
He
though,
had Adam Thielen to throw to, and he
They
still almost won half
they
those
still
games.
they won the last few games, yes, but their season was still in the fucking tank.
But he went
The
out
season
and he
was
played
already
great.
lost. It was already
And Dak
lost. They
Prescott
had
was
no
hurt the whole
chance
year. Dak Prescott barely had a
playoffs.
year last year. What are we arguing about right now?
We're asking you, what are we arguing about right now? We're
And I'm
asking
telling
you,
you,
what do you
Bryce Young
see?
right now is a talented quarterback than Dak Prescott.
that's insane. I think that's insane. I think so. Hold
Right
on.
now.
This is insane. It's criminal. This is criminal. This is a crime. All right. So wait, did you have Bryce Young over Gino? Daniel, don't do this to me. This is a crime.
Daniel
This is a crime.
unreasonable.
Who would?
We've-
You know
listen,
what?
We've come to understand that Daniel is a bit.
I did.
He's a bit unreasonable. It's
I had Bryce, I had Young 15, Geno 18.
That's insane.
How many yards did Geno Smith have?
You want to.
How many yards? Hasn't he been like pretty decent quarterback? Like that's like how many?
Yeah.
And how like oh wait, that's right, because Bryce Young had to sit down for a few games. So some games you get no yards. I get it, but he's more talented. I understand. He's more talented. I get it.
I think you know what it is.
If it was based on stats, Geno Smith would be higher.
But how do you think you get the
It's not.
stats? Your talent gets you
Geno
there.
Smith was
bro.
in my top 10 last year. Just was not a very talented quarterback. He was in my top 10 last year.
So are you gonna sit here and tell me that a top 10 QB is now worse than Bryce Young?
Yeah, because I went by statistics last year, and statistically, Geno Smith was a better quarterback than Bryce Young by a country mile.
Because
But
he's
now
more
we're going by
talented,
talent.
so he's
If
able
we're
to
going
pull
by
up the
talent,
statistics.
Bryce Young is more talented than Geno Smith right now.
I
37 years old. And Bryce Young is showing improvement and growth. Geno Smith is still staying at the same level.
I'm not gonna lie. I know a Panthers fan personally.
So do I. So does Jess.
I'm going
I will his ass right now.
I'm going to text my Panthers fan, and I'm going to be like, hey, do you think Bryce Young is a top 15 QB in the league, talent-wise? And I'm just going to see what he says. I'm just going to see. I'll be like, do you think he's more closer to 22 or 50?
15, I am saying I do not think he's more talented than Dak Prescott. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be top 15. What I am saying is he is not more talented.
Oh, no. I'm saying that. He's not top 15. Not even fucking close. There's fucking 7 guys right here that are fucking above him. And sorry. Brock Purdy's better than fucking Bryce Young. All right, Brock Purdy's fucking got you to a fucking Super Bowl. Are you fucking
Purdy
kidding me?
hasn't been benched.
Look, I will compromise with you guys right now. I think Dak Prescott and Bryce Young are right there. I think they're right there. I think he's better than Williams, Tua, Murray, and May.
I think if it was truly that better, he wouldn't have gotten benched. Like, you have to be serious. Your talent will get you places. If you're getting benched, that means your talent is not arriving. And you have to arrive during the season when it matters, not towards the end, when your season's already in the tank.
I'm going to say the woman is correct on this one. I'm going to say it. The woman's correct.
There's no more pressure. Of course. He's going to be better. His fucking season's done. No one's expecting him to bring them anywhere. That's just my opinion. I never thought I'd feel this passionate either about Bryce Young, but I just feel like that's, I don't know. But I don't, it's just my opinion. What do I know? I'm just a girl.
Who would have thought this would have been the talking point? Number 22, Bryce Young.
Oh, I got more to say, too. That's the best part.
All right, go ahead. All right, talk your shit, cuz. Talk
no more.
All right. The women shutting me up right now. All right. The rest of the list is fine. I would have Geno low. You can move past 50. 14 Justin Herbert, 14 Criminal. I would
Criminal.
personally.
Do you think he should be higher?
Yeah, I think he's better than Jordan Love and Sam Darnold. I think Bo Nix is the argument. I could see the argument for him being 12. Personally, I do. I'm very high on Justin Herbert. I will defend him. I am very high on. I think Justin Herbert has all the tools. I think Jordan Love is too erratic. I think while I love Sam, I think I think in terms of polishness, Justin Herbert's more polished right now. Sam Darnold's still too erratic. I feel like Justin Herbert is at least on a fringe top 10 level. And I think while he's not there yet, I think he could get there eventually. He will get there eventually. I do.
And you know what? I would agree with that. Like if Justin Herbert starts balling, and I see like a slight dip in these like 3 guys, Justin Herbert's number 11, pushing 10, right? Like he's close enough to where this gap, this 13 to 12 gap, isn't as large as you may think it is. So this gap is very easily jumpable. Like he could easily be 12, right? If you want to switch it around, you put Jordan Love 14, Sam Darnold 13, and Justin Herbert 12. By mid-season, maybe that could be the case. So I'm not ruling that out. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Bo Nix is interesting. I think 11 is fair, but I will think he's going to have an interesting year. He has to at least prove he could do it again, right? So I think fringe top 10 is fair. Stafford 10, that's fine. Stroud at 9. I get it.
I agree with that. I think.
I think I have him at 8, so I think it's fine. I think he's another one that could. I think he could very easily drop out. I could see him dropping out of the top 10. Goff at 8. I had him 6. I think Goff is a little bit better than 8. I think he proved a lot last year. I think he proved that he has the ability to be a good decision maker, apart from the one game he had against the Texans. I think he controlled the ball really well. He controlled the game, controlled the offense. I think him and Jalen Hurts are interesting because they kind of do similar things in their pass heavy, but they do what they do well when they're on. I think that's part of the argument. Baker at 7. I know you love him.
I love my guy.
I know you love Baker.
Jess, how do you feel about Jess? How do you feel about Baker Mayfield being top 10 QB, top 7 QB? Nerd. Y'all would have loved to sign him, wouldn't y'all? Fucking dumb Jet fans. Look at y'all. Fucking.
I'm still not sold on Baker.
Whoa! All right, we're about to have an argument. What are you not sold on? The brother had 40 touchdowns last year. Another playoff berth for Tampa. What are we not sold on yet?
I don't know. I've just never been a big fan.
You know what Baker Mayfield is? If he was 6'3", top 10 easy. He's 5'11", barely touches 6 feet. That's why. Short king. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess he's earned his way. I don't know about number 7, but
that's what I was waiting for from her.
What? Where, if you had to rank my boy,
then I would put Jared Goff ahead of him.
Oh, that's bullshit. I disagree. I solely disagree with that bullshit. I fucking so disagree with that. Now, don't get me wrong. Jared Goff's good quarterback. Great quarterback. But I think Baker Mayfield is way more talented outside of the scope of the play. I think Baker Mayfield he has a bigger arm. He takes a lot of chances down the field. And I think if we're talking about these two specifically, 7 and 8, Jared Goff is more of a system quarterback, and I'm saying this in a negative way, than Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield can actually, you cater your offense around Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is the guy, right? He's going to be throwing these touchdowns. He's going to be throwing for 350-plus yards almost every game. Jared Goff... but like if he was this good, right? Jared Goff in LA, right? He was playing well. Why'd they get rid of him? He couldn't do it in the system anymore. They just didn't like what he was doing within that system. Now, granted, within the Lions, he's playing well, which is why he's a top 10 quarterback. I just think Baker's better. I just think he is. Right. If you're telling me I had to choose Jared Goff or Baker Mayfield to start a team right now, I'm taking Baker Mayfield all day, every day of the week.
That's Because you got a fucking man crush on him. You
I
got a
don't.
bias.
And you want to know what it is? You want to know what it is? Why I have a man crush is because nobody else does. How the fuck can you not like a number 7 quarterback in the NFL? How the fuck can you not like that? This guy brought the Browns to the playoffs. I need you guys to understand how crazy that is. That sentence in and of itself makes him a top 10 QB. He brought the fucking Browns to relevancy and to a playoff berth. How is he not? And then an injured year, down year. You know what? He was shit, right? With the Panthers, shit, right? He fucking starts that Rams game. Oh, shit's turning. He gets that 1-year deal with Tampa that prove it. They make the fucking playoffs that year.
So you even think he's better than Matthew Stafford?
Yes. Undoubtedly, yes. Maybe because of age. Like, if Matthew Stafford was maybe a bit younger, maybe I'd feel a little bit differently. But Matthew Stafford's still a top 10 QB. Like, he's a good QB. Really good. I just think Baker Mayfield's that guy. So, yeah.
I'll say this. I think between Jared Goff and Baker Mayfield, they play vastly different ways. But I think both excel in their design systems, right? I think Jared Goff excels in what he does and what he does well. He doesn't explosive. He does his little itty bitty 10-yard ins and he connects with them all the time. And they do what they need to do with the lines. Baker's more explosive. He has a bigger play. He has the receivers for it. And he produces the more flashy numbers. But I think Jared Goff is more stable and more compact. I like that more in a quarterback, personally. That's why I had him over Baker. Lewis just has a man crush on Baker.
This whole man crush argument. I'm sorry. This guy threw for 40 fucking touchdowns last year. This guy's a fucking top 10 QB. Man crush.
Look, I'm saying it jokingly.
Thank you.
I'm saying my viewpoint how I feel personally is that I think I like a quarterback who's more compact, tight, and less explosive. Somebody who I know is going to get me 21 of 24 with 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. I like that more than a guy who's going to go 20 of 2 for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know what I mean? That's why I put Jared Goff above Baker. That's just me personally. And I feel like Jared Goff does more of what he does well than right. This is the other argument. I had Hurts above Goff, right? Because I feel like Goff in a system and Jalen Hurts in a system, Goff is still the better quarterback, and what he does is better than what Jalen Hurts does. Now, granted, Jalen Hurts does things a little bit differently than Jared Goff, but I just value Jared Goff a little bit more than Jalen Hurts.
That's fair. Now, how do you feel about the 6 and 5? How do you feel about Jalen? You definitely don't think Jalen Hurts is a top 5 QB.
I don't. You know how I feel Jalen Hurts. You know how I feel about Jalen Hurts. I think that he's not even. I think he's the 3rd best player on his team. I think he's a great quarterback in what he does. I think he can move the ball downfield. I think he's a great runner. I think he's a good decision maker, but I just haven't seen enough of it. I think he had a great Super Bowl. I think he proved a lot wrong in the Super Bowl. Proved me wrong in the Super Bowl. But still, I feel like I just feel like Jane Daniels does a lot more, and he does a lot more better than what Jalen Hurts. Like, Jane Daniels.
You see what he wrote?
I saw what he wrote.
That's my baby boo. If I could put him 1, I would. I'm gonna be serious. If there was any justification to put Baker Mayfield number 1, I would make it. But there is.
See, if you did that, you would get so much shit. You realize that, right?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. I feel like Jane Daniels is a lot more better than Jalen Hurts right now in terms of talent. I think he has a better arm. I think he's a better runner. I feel like he's more controlled in offense than Jalen Hurts. Personally.
Fair enough. And to be honest, yeah, I could switch these rankings. This was like my thing that I was debating like days before we were even going to record. I was like, I even had Daniels at 5 at one point, but I was like, I don't know. But if Jane Daniels does what he did last year again, he's top 5.
Just, where would you put Jane Daniels on the list?
I mean, I'd put him in the top 10. I don't know if I'd put him in my top 5. Maybe he'd be number 6 or 7.
Would you put him where? Would you put him above Jalen Hurts or no?
No.
Clock it. Super Bowl fucking champion. We gotta stop fucking disrespecting this guy. When fucking Saquon Barkley had a shit game, what the fuck did Jalen Hurts do? 2 fucking touchdowns, almost 300 yards fucking passing. Fucking get right with it, man. Great fucking player. Great guy.
I think in terms of overall talent and what I see, I think Jane Daniels is an overall talented.
I would agree as well. I think he is a talented QB. Just not as fucking talented as my guy Jalen.
All right, so we know who Jeff's picking in terms of who list she likes more, but you know, for you know, for argument's sake, Jeff, you know, who are you picking?
For what? Which one?
Which
For
list do you like better?
Oh, I agree with Lewis's a little bit more.
Yeah,
He's a bit more reasonable, Daniel. You kind of lost me on the Bryce thing. Your other ones I can understand.
Number 15, Bryce Young.
Your other arguments, but the Bryce thing, you kind of threw me off, and I can't get back. I don't know. That was too much of a. Like,
this is Brock Purdy all over again, by the way. This is the same argument we had 2. This is the same argument we had 2 years ago.
I will say though, this argument now is way more criminal than maybe ours last year or the year before.
It's reversed.
This is so no. Yours is more criminal. It's so much more criminal.
Listen to me. This one is more criminal because Brock Purdy had a Super Bowl appearance to fall back on, which is why me and Lewis were like, no way, like we were crazy. But like Bryce Young, you got benched. Like you're forgetting those words. You're forgetting that happened.
Okay. In 2 years' time, when we come back to this conversation, we'll see who.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know what? You know what this is?
I'm not rooting against Bryce Young. I hope he gets great. I'm not like, I hope he doesn't get better because I can pre-write.
You are in my shoes now with Brock Purdy. You are in my shoes.
Here's the thing. I think Bryce Young, in terms of the QBs on that list, he has a ton of potential, right? And you know what? If this was a potential list, I would probably agree with you. I'd be way more on your side. This is talent. Bryce Young has barely shown an eon of talent compared to Dak Prescott in this league, compared to Geno Smith in this league. It's just a fact.
Okay.
Top 15? He's the better half of QBs in this league? That's insane.
I said what I said.
I feel like if your team is at the bottom of the barrel, you can't be. I don't know. I don't know because your talent should make sure your team ain't at the bottom of the barrel.
I think you guys are severely underestimating how the Panthers weren't a bad team last year. They weren't great, but they weren't bad. They had some really bad.
Daniel. They benched the fucking quarterback.
But then they came back and they were decent. They weren't the worst team in the league. They weren't the best team, but they weren't the worst. They gave a lot of good teams a decent season too. Like this wasn't a bad kid. They had Adam Thielen as a wide receiver, and Bryce Young almost beat the Chiefs.
Daniel, they were 5-12. They were shit.
That's not a good
they
team.
were bad.
That's a bad team. 5 games, Daniel. That's not a good team. That's not a struggling team. That is a team that sucked shit last year. 5 wins is nothing to
play better than their record. I'm going to be that guy. They play better than their record. I'm going to be that guy.
And you know what? Some players did play fucking well, like Chuba Hubbard. Really great guy. Now, granted, the weapon.
I'm not saying individual players didn't play well or didn't contribute, but come on, 5-10, that says more. That's the result of whatever talent and whatever personal success they all had on their own. The fucking result is the result. That's just. We'll see.
Look, what was the Cowboys record last year?
This season is going to be a bunch of I feel like this season is full of
the Cowboys record last year. Dak Prescott played like 4 games. We can't do this. We cannot do that. Dak Prescott in this league has done so much more than Bryce Young can't even sniff what Dak Prescott has fucking done in this league. Are you fucking kidding me? That's insane. And we're talking about talent? Talent. That's crazy.
I feel like if you can't judge Bryce Young because he got benched, you can't judge Dak Prescott because his ass got injured. There was a reason for him to be on the bench. He got hurt. So you physically cannot play. Not that you physically can play and I can't fucking trust you to run this offense when we get out there. So I feel like if you can't penalize Bryce Young because he was struggling and he had to sit for a few games, you can't fucking hold that against Dak Prescott that he got injured.
Right. So they even out. So if they even out, I think Bryce Young right now has more talent than Dak Prescott.
I just don't agree. I think potential, yeah. Not talent. Not even close.
If he's got more talent than Dak Prescott, then the Panthers better be they better be knocking on the fucking playoff doors. Seriously.
And I think they will be. And I think they will be.
Oh, wait. In the NFC South, Jess, you may not be wrong.
I predicted that.
The NFC
Go back
South,
to the video.
I think you might be right.
I'm standing by my word. I think they will be a playoff team. I said that.
15 though. That's a, you know what? Yeah, if he was closer to like 17, 18, 19, I would. You know what? All's fair. But the fact that this motherfucker is number one, better than Brock Purdy, talent-wise, is fucking crazy. Geno Smith, Dak Prescott, even fucking Kyler Murray, and I fucking don't like Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray's actually a shit QB. I don't think he's that great. But fucking Bryce Young is better than them? No. Over Tua too? That's insane. You know what? We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
Look,
see.
this season is
see.
a bunch of. It's like, well, what's gonna happen? It's like we want to see what the Commanders are gonna do, and we want to see how the Chiefs really respond to the Super Bowl loss. And then, yeah, let's see if Bryce Young will truly improve. If his talent is as great as you say, his talent plus his hard work should elevate the team to a place where they should be well above 5-12. Like, if he is that talented, talent takes you to places. You cannot be at the shit at the bottom all the time and then say you're elite. No. No.
The schedule
So
ain't that bad. I'm not gonna lie. They could pull off maybe 7 wins.
They just have to do better. If he's as good as Daniel claims, they will do better.
I'm just going to do what I did 2 years ago, and I'm going to sit back and watch what's going to unfold.
Now, I will say, though, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, it's pretty shit. It's not great. And it's not like he showed, like, in the last 3 games, he had what? I remember the stat line. 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns. What's that? 4, 7. He has 7 touchdowns in 3 games in the last 3 games of the season. Not bad. But granted, your season's fucking cooked. You better fucking play good. Are you kidding me? You're fighting for your job. You finally showed you have some level of serviceable talent in this league. Finally. Now, granted, they did have close games. Not gonna lie. They should maybe could have won some of those games. Not gonna lie. Maybe could have won. Maybe they could have been 7-10. Maybe they could have been, but they weren't.
I still don't think it's fair to even compare Brock Purdy to Bryce Young because Brock Purdy is just on a better team, period. He's going to have better chances to prove his talent is capable. I think Bryce Young, the Panthers have a lot more issues to figure out before they become true playoff contenders. Brock Purdy, I think last year everyone got injured. Yeah, it showed that he's not an elite. I wouldn't call Brock Purdy elite. But he does better. He's going to do better because he's just in a better fucking organization. It's kind of unfair. Like, I feel, it's like, I don't know. But
the talent around Brock Purdy is unfair. It makes him a great quarterback.
I didn't say that. I'm saying he's got better fucking coaches, a better owner. Okay, and I just think that the system is operated a bit more efficient. You're talking about whatever the Niners got going with Shanahan versus Dave Canales and the Panthers. They come like I just don't think those two are comparable. Like, not yet. If the Niners have another shitty year, if they really have another shitty year, then yeah, you can be like, well, they're not that much different from the Panthers. But if the Niners improve and the Panthers are still on the struggle bus, I don't know how Bryce's talent is supposed to be so much better. It's like letting that happen. We'll just see. I don't disagree with you about Purdy that, yeah, he's clearly not what some of that hype that he had needed to die down. Absolutely. But I don't know if that makes Bryce Young better or more talented. But that's just my opinion. What do I know? I'm just a girl.
Facts. What do I know? I'm just the guy who loves Baker Mayfield.
I will say, gonna backtrack a little bit because I do agree with Jess's point. I think all the top three, Allen, Lamar, and Burrow, they're gonna be fine. Everybody else, I don't know what's gonna happen. There could be a lot of things that can go wrong over here. You know, like I don't know. Like, how good is Mahomes? Is Mahomes got another bad year? Is Stafford gonna get? Is he gonna regress a little bit? Will Herbert step up? Will Nick step up? Will Stroud regress? Will Love get better? You know, will Purdy actually, get better? How good is Aaron Rodgers still? Is he gonna be better on this team? You know, there's a lot on the like. There's a lot. Is Tua gonna be healthy? Is Dak gonna be healthy? Is Kyler gonna be the same? You know, there's a lot on these lists that could change and could be different come week 8. There's a lot of I don't know, Jim, on this list.
Mid-season ranking is going to be very fun.
I will say, out of the list, though, the one person on that list, and it's kind of unfair because it's like, how much more can he do? Because he doesn't play fucking defense. And if there's one person on this list whose talent really needs to be magically sweep their team up and take them to it's got to be Joe Burrow, because he is a magnificent talent, but his team is what they did last year was fucking horrendous.
Well, okay, all right. Let me ask you: if we get to week 8 and the Bills are 6-2, the Ravens are 7-1, and the Bengals are 8-0, is Joe Burrow the number one quarterback in the league? 8-0. If we're in week 8,
they're 8-0, but
well, what if? What if we get to the point that the Bengals turn around and their record reflects how good that offense is?
That means Joe Burrow has fucking 50 touchdowns by week 8. Is that what you're trying to tell me? This motherfucker's going ballistic. This motherfucker has 30 touchdowns by week 8.
But, I mean, 8-0 is, if we're going to play 8-0.
Joe Burrow's the best QB in the league.
Wait. I'll rephrase it, okay? What if the Ravens, Bills, and Bengals are all 6-2? Who's the best quarterback in the league?
That is a much more realistic and a much more better argument, because they're all capable. Even the Bengals, if they just make some things on defense, they're capable of 6-2, because you have Joe Burrow, you have Jamar Chase. I think that's a much better argument, because then it's like you're really fighting the dogs. Like, who can you really say? Do people really believe if Lamar Jackson's better than Joe, or if Joe's really better than Josh? It's like, unfortunately, I feel like they have a big obstacle in their way, and it's hard to compare who's better than who until you get this other guy out the conversation, because they're not making it far enough to prove that they're fucking, like, they keep getting knocked out by these people. And you know who I'm talking about.
He who shall not be named. That's fucking.
He who shall not be named. I feel like they have to get over the hump. We all know how great they are. This is the thing. We all know. They don't have nothing to prove. I don't think Josh has to prove. They don't have to prove how fucking elite and how but you have to get past your mountain. Otherwise, I kind of feel like who's number one? It's kind of like fucking moot, because it's like, okay, but it results to like them getting kicked out of the fucking playoffs. So it's like.
So Jess,
it sucks that the most elite are not shown in the fucking Super Bowl. Why isn't, like, imagine seeing Josh Allen in the Super. I am sick of seeing Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I am sick of that. We should have some fucking fire in the Super Bowl. Like, imagine seeing Lamar Jackson in the fucking Super Bowl, scrambling, just getting shit done. Just like, imagine seeing that. But we can't fucking see it, because, damn it, no one, their talents, they disappear. Like it's like it doesn't become enough. So it's like, who's talented, who's more talented, who can fucking get the job done? Like who can get it done?
And that's why you're here, Jess. So
Is that why I'm here?
So if the Bengals, Ravens, Bills, and Chiefs are all 6-2, Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. All right,
No, what's their record?
6-2. If they're all 6-2,
I need to see some stats.
I will say this: if they're all 6-2, but the Chiefs still look like shit last year at 6-2, then I will say that obviously it's got to be out of Josh, Lamar, and because I feel like if everyone is 6-2, and you're the only one that still like looks like you're struggling with 6-2, then I feel like, yeah, we may not see them finally. Finally, we may not actually see them get to the Super Bowl.
now you know who may be 6-2 come week 8. The New York Giants.
Oh, fuck yeah, baby. Listen,
in their preseason.
you know what? Yeah, I'm high on this Dart kid. Listen, he's starting week 5. All right, get your fucking popcorn ready. He's gonna be the guy. I mean, when we talk
What if
about,
Russell's playing pretty well?
then you fucking keep Dart on the bench. You fucking tell him, hey, sit your stupid ass down. You're gonna develop on the bench. Have fun. But if he's not, get the fucking kid some minutes. Let him fucking try to cook. You know what I mean? If we're gonna be shitty, we might as well commit to shit. You know what I mean? Which is bring in a fucking guy who has never played a real NFL game snap. Bring him in. Let's see what he could do against the first team.
You went 3-0 in preseason. You won every preseason game. You look pretty good doing it. This Giant team could be a sleeper.
I mean, our D line is fantastic, Jess. Do I have to say it? The secondary? We're not going to talk about them right now, but they could be. That Giants defense, sneaky fantasy pickup. Sneaky. They can get a lot of sacks. They can get a lot of turnovers.
Like the preseason is very tricky.
Yo, chill out, yo.
I think
Yo, chill out, bro. You didn't see Tommy DeVito throw a touchdown? Like, come on, you not fucking with that?
I think you guys will probably be a little bit better than last year.
If we're not, Brian Dable's gone. Joe Shane's gone. Hire me and Daniel. We'd make this team 14-3 in a blink of an eye. It's not hard. It's really not. God, I mean...
So, what would you define as success, Lou?
Of a season? Or like mid-season? Yeah. Like, what are we thinking?
We get to week 8. What should your record be?
Oh, we're 4-4. Thank God. That would be because our fucking schedule is so hard and so difficult. First off, our division is difficult. And then we have outside of our division, that's fucking difficult. So if we win 4 of those games, chef's kiss. We're still in it. You know what I mean? That means we beat the Cowboys once, maybe. I think we play the Commanders. That means we beat them once, so we're still in it within our own division to be able to be a playoff team, maybe, if tiebreakers are allowed. So 4-4, I think, is like, it's very mid, and I know it sucks, but I think that would be like, oh my goodness, like the Giants are fucking, we can kind of cook.
I think 4-4 at week 8, you can't count out the season, like you guys are in it.
Yeah. I can watch past week 9 and be like, this is actually an investable game. I can invest.
Wow. I just remember last year after they beat the Seahawks, he was so good. He was so happy. And then by week 8, he was just deflated. He was just so... you're a very outgoing person. When the Giants lose and we talk about it, you just become a shell of yourself.
Yeah.
It's bad.
They're awful. They're fucking schmucks. All of them. All of them are schmucks. Like, they fucking suck. No, yeah, I can when they play like it. Huh? What do the great coaches do? You know what they fucking call you out on? Your bullshit. All right? When you're playing like bullshit, he's going to tell you you're playing like bullshit, and you better fix it. So that's what it is.
That's what Aaron Glenn's been doing.
Yo,
Calling out bullshit.
listen, just saying. Aaron Glenn is cultivating the culture. I don't think it will result in wins yet because I'm still not sold on Justin Fields. I need to see
Neither am
how he
I.
would cook. But
Nothing about this preseason was like, oh yeah, we got our guy.
But Justin, Justin Fields, if you see that he's not that good and you have a shitty record, the QB class next year is pretty decent. Pretty decent. So maybe, top pick. Justin Fields, only 1 year deal remaining. You draft a guy. See what happens.
So, Jess, it's basically another 3 years of misery. So just get ready for that.
Guys,
Yeah.
being shit is hard. Okay?
Who you think you're talking
Being
to?
shit is hard and is tough, right?
Whoa.
When you sit with Daniel Jones for fucking 5 years, it's one of those things. Like,
Jesse doesn't know. He doesn't.
being
Forgive
shit is
him. He does not know the sins he's committed. Just
being
he
shit-
doesn't know.
being shit is hard.
Did you have a Hall of Famer come to your fucking team and still have like 2 shit ass seasons? Like a Hall of Famer came in like 2 shit ass seasons. I'm thinking
Weren't you a winning team for like the good 2000s? Didn't you have like a winning record and we're almost in the playoffs? Didn't you win 2 Super Bowls like really good 2000s? Be two.
He doesn't want to hear about history.
Somewhat.
Let's not get into that.
I think
Let's not
like
get into
there was. I'm not gonna lie. There was
Everyone
a
hears
lot of
about it.
6 and 10s. Just gonna say it. A lot of 6 and 10s within those
You had
championship
a
years.
stable quarterback for the past 14 years. And you had no problem with quarterback for 14 years.
He was pretty stable.
And we've been a revolving door of shit, piss, and trash.
You guys had that one
Definitely.
year where you guys made it to the AFC Championship game. That was like the highlight.
Yeah, and then he ran to some dude's ass and dropped the ball, both literally and figuratively.
What a run, though. I mean, come on.
I got Zach's back, but yeah, I mean, I think the Jets. The one thing I liked about their preseason, their defense looked really good. That looks like it's very much ready to go. I love the 2 moves they made for Phillips and the other guy. Give me a minute. Remember his name? Javon Briggs. I
Mhm.
love it because they went into camp without a defensive tackle. So they went into the draft, they tried some stuff out, and they got some free agents. Nobody stepped up. Nobody really worked out. And I love that Darren Moogie, the GM, didn't say, we'll fix it later. Give our guys. They said, no. This is a problem. We're going to fix it. And they got arguably 2 of the better defensive tackles in the league. And not only got 1 of them, 2 of them. So they addressed the need and the depth in that position right. That's a great thing to a GM to do. Is that you saw a problem and you saw a solution and you said, fuck them picks. We can fix this problem right now, and they did. That's what you like to see. I think that's a really good move. I think those 2 together can be really good. And I like that the aggressiveness of the defense and this team, the commitment to stop the run and the line. Malachi Moore looks great as a safety. He looks like the steal of the draft right now. Sauce Gardner looked good in games he played. The secondary, the defense looked solid. Offense, we'll see how it goes. We might win games 12-9, and we'll call it a day. You know what I mean? So, a win's a win.
Yeah, I'm not looking for blowouts. I'm looking, I think, for the Jets, the bare minimum is you just have to be better. You just have to play more competitive. You have to show up like you have life in you. And it's sad that we're starting at the fucking basics, at the standards. We can't even be like, well, we need you to try to make it. No, it's like, yo, can you just when you're on can you guys look like you want to play? Can you just look like you want to be here? Let's start there. I feel like last year when you watched a lot of these sidelines, they were very deflated. Had no fire. They were kind of like, we're here, yeah, we're playing, it's okay, damn, we messed up again. Oh, he got it was very you can all tell they were uneasy. they weren't sure. Like, I feel like, so that's when culture does play in it. So it's like, we just need you to fucking be better at the basics. You have to be better at just better. I don't know. I wanna like I do feel much better about them now than I did a few months ago. I do trust Aaron Glenn a lot more now than I did a few months ago, and I do think we will be better. But my hopes are at a minimum. We're not gonna knock on anyone's playoff door. That'll be a miracle if we do. That'll be higher than expectations. That would be successful if we were actually like sniffing the playoffs. That would be like a tremendous improvement. But I feel like let's just take it game by game. Like, let's see you play your hearts out for this game. Defend every blade of grass. Make the crazy, trust each other. Make a play. Follow the fucking coach's lead. Like, you just have to be better. Like, let's just get the basics better. Maybe next year we could talk about this is the year that they can, like, really make a playoff push. And, we see great improvements from this person and that person. But it's like, it's the first year with this new regime. So and because we do not have a good culture history, it may take a while to settle in. It may take more than just this preseason and this offseason. It may take 17 games for everyone to be like, oh, okay, yeah, we are in a like new phase. Like, so it's touchy. It's like eggshells.
Like, if this team makes the playoffs, I'll shake my head. Like,
look, if they make the play, like I just said, if they sniff the playoffs, it's a success. Better than expectation. If you're like, oh my god, there's a chance they can go in like through the back door. They can get like a wild card. They can like, maybe another team is just worse than what we expected and they lose. And like, if there's just a possibility of the playoffs, it's like, oh, okay, we did better this season.
If we get
last year, there was after what, game 3, game 4, people were like, oh no, this is the Jets being the Jets again. Like, we knew once they started losing consistently, we're like, oh god, here we go. We're not going to have a good season. So we can't get off on that foot.
I would say, like, I wouldn't say it would be a success to sniff the playoffs. I would say it would be a success just to finish like 7-10, and everybody kind of breathe and be like, okay, no, that was good.
No, that'll be a success too. Yeah, absolutely, that'll be a success. But if they're sniffing the playoffs, that's more than what we expected.
I would say that's beyond expectations. I feel like if they're sniffing, if we get to week 18 and they're like, if they win and get some help, they're in the. I would be sad. You know what I mean? Like, if we get to that point where it's like we're 7-8 and 8 at that point. If we win, but we score enough points, Chargers, we get that wild card spot over them. I'll be like, wow, we got to that point in the season. You know what I mean? I feel like that's more, again, beyond expectations, and I think 7-10 with everybody collectively saying, okay, that looked good, is decent. I'll take that, and we move on to next year. Preseason they finished 1-2. So
you guys got this. You guys got this. I believe.
Look, I think the best. I was very skeptical when Aaron Glenn came, but I feel like he's our best choice. He's our best hope. It's not going to be Justin Fields. It's going to be him getting the best out of the players. Him making sure everyone's ready. And, it's going to be, I think he's going to be the biggest litmus test.
Well, you want to know who's probably not going to be ready for week 1? Micah Parsons.
Oh.
Still no contract. Showing up to games, eating fucking Cheetos and hot dogs. Yeah, he's probably sitting out if he doesn't get a contract. So
Jerry Jones is kind of what a douche.
Pay him. He's the top 3 defensive player of the league. Pay him, please.
What a douche. Did you hear some of his interview with Stephen A. and what he said?
I probably saw the quotes.
Like, he literally was like, there's certain people that have to be comfortable with this agreement. One's got to be me, and the other one's got to be, and Stephen A. was like, Micah. And he's like, yeah, of course. There's no room for a third person. I am the owner. I am the GM. And I'm like, bro, you telling me you've done deals all this time without agents being there? What makes Micah so special that you don't want his fucking agent representing him? You don't have his best interests at heart, and it is so obvious and it's so disgusting for you to verbalize. Why should my player, who's a grown-ass man, who's supposed to be responsible with his career, why should he have someone who knows these fucking contracts? Why should that person influence our conversation? Why should Micah get the best representation? Why?
Because Jerry's senile.
So
Like
this
the
is
fact
what
that he's admitting this out loud, that you think you two should be the only ones negotiating on a contract like this. It's like, yo, you're talking to someone like it's really disrespectful. And it's sort of like, this goes beyond like, okay, this is Jerry being Jerry and laughs and giggles, and yeah, he's a soap opera, and yeah, this is the Dallas Cowboys. This is someone who's blatantly like, this is how I fucking think of you. You don't deserve to be represented. I can take whatever deal that I can give you. Trust me.
So
Fuck what everyone else did. Just do what I tell you to do. What?
So this is what Jerry said in the quote. He said, "Nobody appreciates Micah Parsons more than the Cowboys. Nobody has ever offered him more money than I have to play football, period. We wanted to send the details to the agent. The agent told us to stick it up our ass," Jones said, referring to a direct offer made to. "I have agreed to give more money than that's ever been given in terms of guaranteed money than anyone has ever has." As Micah responded and said, "David is the best. David is his agent, and I will not be doing any deal without David."
No, he shouldn't.
Parsons also said there'll be no backdoors in the contract. And direct response statement from Jerry Jones to front office. This is bad. Any way you cut this up, it's bad. It's getting ugly and bad.
It's showing that Jerry Jones is a shit owner. That he really does not value his players as people, much less professionals. Why are you shocked that a fucking NFL player has an agent and his agent is a top agent and that his agent should somehow sit this one out? Because the Cowboys have the best interest in... Really? You do? Is this why you're putting him through the fucking ringer? Because you love him so much? It's like a straight up... That's what he's doing to Micah. Just... It's disgusting. It's really low. And I get it. He pays millions of dollars to players, and some players are on that team. Like, I don't give a fuck. Just give me the paycheck. But it's just like... It is... Okay, we all... No one really loves their boss. Even if the boss is great, very few people have true regard for bosses or owners of their company. But imagine going into work every day in an environment where your boss is outright telling the public that, yeah, you don't deserve just doing things right. I don't even want to treat you right. He's outside telling people that. And you have to go to work and hear this shit. It is like... Dak Prescott his stomach has to turn when he hears this shit. Like, he has to be like, yo, this is what I have to... What the fuck?
Well, Dak signed the contract. Dak signed the contract to stay.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like, now look at what... It's like... But you need Micah. So you can't pretend that this is not bothering you.
I am a little bit surprised that Dak hasn't said anything. I'm a little surprised that Dak hasn't said anything.
What is he gonna say? He signed.
Put pressure on Jerry. I mean, to a degree, you're the face of your team. I know it's Micah, but you're the quarterback. You have to at least stand up for him a little bit.
I think Dak has had his own fights with Jerry, and he don't want to be. But like, he may love Micah, and he may understand. Because I agree, he probably should. He should speak. Joe Burrow did it.
Yeah.
He told the Bengals to get with it. Like, I'm sure Pat Mahomes had made some suggestions to the owners. Maybe you should pay. Maybe help me out here. I'm sure Josh was like, "Hey, help me with," like, other quarterbacks. I think behind closed doors, they probably were a lot more vocal than what people believe. But I think Dak is probably like, he's a piece of work. And maybe the only thing I can do is I signed this big ass contract. And the only thing I can do is just show up and stay healthy. Because maybe Dak feels like he's got no leverage. I am always injured, like you said, Daniel. I am injured. We struggle towards we start off great and then we end up it's like it's tenure at like there's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of like unfinished, like half-assed deficit issues that it's like maybe he don't feel as strongly to be like, you need to sign Micah. Maybe he's like, there's just too much here. It's like, do I really want to step in this shit? Because it's only going to make it worse if he speaks up. It's only going to make this circus even bigger if he speaks up. So it's like, does he really? So he's probably thinking, should I just be a quarterback of the people that are here? And Michael, you're a grown ass man. You got to handle this with the owner. Like, I can't thought like. Maybe if we were in a couple of NFC championships 4 years in a row, I could speak up a little bit louder. Maybe if we had more success, it would be easier.
I don't know. I think the whole situation's just. I think it will get done, but I think that relationship and what Jerry's been proving the past week is that he's no longer like he's not a good owner anymore. Like he's proven and that vocally said to the public like I'm not a good owner. Like I don't care about my players, contracts and agents. I'm gonna do what I think is best for me, and that's it. I think they will get it done and they will finish and we'll get a result. They will get a contract, but the relationship now is just too far sour for it to ever be.
Okay, so then when are they going to get the contract done? The season starts in 2 weeks. And
Yeah,
he
2
hasn't
weeks.
been practicing, so it's like, what type of chemistry? Like, now he's got to, like, catch up, and their season is already, like, fucking taking a hit. Because you can't tell me that locker room is great right now.
Well, same situation we had with Ayuk last year with the Niners. He came in late and he tore
that
his
whole
ACL.
shit fell apart. That whole shit was just...
the 49ers, what a fucking downfall that was.
He was one of many. He was just like the spotlight. He was just like the sign that things were about to just fucking collide for these people. That the Niners were just gonna eat shit for the whole season. But look, did Jed York come out and say that shit about Ayuk? Jed York and John Lynch tried to be like, well, we don't know why Ayuk wants his fucking agent involved. See, it wasn't a good situation for them, but they handled the nastiness as much as they could inside. You know what I'm saying? The owner didn't come out and look like, just show that he's just a dick. Like, it's not the same situation. They handled it a little bit differently.
Yeah. I'm gonna end this conversation like this. Jerry, pay your fucking players, you senile old fuck. He's a top 3 defensive player in the fucking league, not on your team, in the league. You pay him $40 million and you don't fucking blink twice if you're actually a good owner and actually want a competent team. Thank you very much.
That's it. All right, you want through some news and get out of here?
Yeah. Let's get it.
Brian Robinson got traded to the 49ers. Niners give up a 6th round pick. Niners get a backup running back for McCaffrey, and the Commanders get a pick back. Good trade for both teams, I think. I don't mind it.
No, I don't feel that great about them this year.
Cool.
The Niners. I think they're going to be on the struggle bus again because the injuries they got going is like, really, does not look good for them. I think they may have another bad year.
Their wide receiver room is literally a packet of
they have
butter.
Like 20 wide receivers and 18 of them are injured.
Son, this is their wide receiver room. A fucking packet of butter, a ripped up piece of paper, and a bottle cap. Like it's fucking so bad. Like you remember the episode
they have
of SpongeBob?
Injuries but they're also injuries in other positions. So it's like they can't keep a healthy team to have a proper training camp. They don't have. What's funny? They got everyone signed, but no one can play. No one can practice. So it's like I don't have good.
They got a fucking chip, a penny, and a paper clip. Fucking make it work. Ricky Pearsall, 1,000 yards for you, buddy.
Maybe for them that's lucky that their schedule is not as strong as previous years, and that they're dealing with some not so great teams. But I don't know, man. They may be in real trouble. You know, last year I was like, "Oh, the Niner fans are spoiled brats. They need to shut up." And now I'm like,
They still are.
no, maybe they are mad for a reason because it does
No,
not
it's
look
just poor brats. Nah, that's it. That's just poor brats.
Yeah, they're still spoiled brats, but it's like, damn, we're gonna run into the same exact issues as last year. That is what's annoying.
Especially
Like,
when it's
this is-
injuries as well. It's like, damn, like you can't do shit about
And
it.
you went and got all these rookies, so it's like injuries on top of okay, now we're expecting the bulk of our rookies to like play much better because they have no choice now but to. So it's like may not be a good year for those guys down there. Sorry.
I mean, look, their division is not easy either. I mean, the Cardinals are Cardinals, but the Seahawks here.
That's what I'm saying. You know, they got the Rams. I don't know if they're gonna be.
I mean, I could see them making the playoffs, but I don't think they go.
I don't know if they make the playoffs. I actually doubt that they make the playoffs.
I can see that too. I can see that too.
I think Shanahan's got to whip up something in his coaching arsenal if they want to make the playoffs.
If they
He's
don't,
gotta,
is he fired?
evolve. Huh?
If they don't, is he fired?
Yeah. I think the owner may make the hard choice and fire him.
Do they get rid of
'Cause
John
it
Lynch
depends on
too?
how well- Well, I think John Lynch will probably leave if he gets fired. I think they're a duo. I don't think he's gonna want to stay if he goes. But I could be wrong. He may be like, "Fuck that. That's your job. This is my job. See you later down the line."
Come to the Giants,
But-
baby. We'll take them. We'll take them both.
But I think it depends on how loud their fan base gets, and it depends on how bad they fought. Like if they just miss the playoffs, that may be different, you know. But if they're like shit throughout the season, I don't think. Yeah, he may really get fired because they spent so much money in the last few years, and they've had really good teams in the last. And you're just not. And it's gonna be year 9. So it's like how much a regular coach doesn't hang on for 9. You're one of the very few coaches that have been able to sit there as long as you have without winning a Super Bowl. Most coaches get fired after 3 seasons. They don't show up to the playoffs. They struggle to the playoffs. You're out. So he may be on his maybe a thin ice. Shanahan.
7-10 didn't make the playoffs. Is he there? Is he gone or no?
7-10 and they make the playoffs?
They won't make the playoffs.
They don't? Yeah, I think if they don't make the playoffs, I think he's on a real hot seat. I think he will 7-10, but how does that 7-10 look?
You tell me.
You know, I think if that 7-10 was leaning towards the competitive side, they may be like, okay, maybe we'll keep you. If that 7-10 was like, yo, how did you even get 7 wins? That's amazing. Like, that's crazy. Then they're probably gonna get rid of him.
8-9, and he loses the last week of the season.
Oh.
If they would have won, it would have been in.
Huh?
8-9, they lose the last week of the season, but if they would have won that game, gone.
Get him the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, I think they would still, because at that point, that's like more infuriating than 7-10 and missing the playoff. That's like 8-9. Like, oh my god, we almost had because it's in the biggest moments that they collapse. I don't know how many more moments he's going to be allotted those. Twice in the Super Bowl, you fucked up in the end. I don't think he has a third strike for that level of fuck up. So if you almost this close to the playoffs and you don't make it to the playoffs, I think he may be on, like, yeah, he may be somewhere else the next day. Because once they fire him, someone else is going to hire him. But
Oh yeah.
The Giants. We're going to fucking pull the trigger. If we're shit and they're shit, oh, bring them over. Jackson Dart and Kyle Shanahan.
I think he may go to the Giants. If that was an option, I think he'd entertain it.
It's sexy. It's attractive. A big market. Across the fucking country, though. May not like it for school district purposes for your children, but that I think it'll be all right.
They'll figure it out.
You'll be all right. You'll fucking move to Jersey. You got decent schools down there. You'll be all right.
No, he'll go to the Bengals when they fire Zach Taylor.
Ooh.
I will say, Joe Burrow and Kyle Shanahan.
It's over.
The league is
I feel like at that point you don't need Shanahan. You just got.
the league is cooked at that point. If you just get that defense right. Oh god.
A
They'll hire
Robert
Saleh.
Saleh Cincinnati Bengal defense. It's over. A Robert Saleh.
Bengals fans, you better start doing some voodoo magic. Because if there's one thing worse than like the Niners like having a weird collapse like that, it's having Joe Burrow and you missing the fucking playoffs twice. And then let alone, God forbid, you miss it 3 times. You deserve to get fired. I'm sorry.
That's what I've been
Fuck
saying.
that.
That's what I've been saying.
They better make it to the playoffs. You cannot let Joe Burrow go another year with 40 touchdowns and not make it to the playoffs. We cannot let him go out like that. Wouldn't that be terrible?
Yes.
It wouldn't be good for the league, I'll tell you that. I think Goodell should step in and just fire him regardless. That should be a commissioner decision. Commissioner should step in and be like, yeah, no, we can't. Speaking of playoff quarterbacks, Daniel Jones named the starter of the Colts.
This conversation is gonna be a minute long. Okay, I'm ready for this. Anthony Richardson, you're a sack of fucking potatoes. You're worth nothing. You're dog shit. You weren't good in high school. You weren't good in college, and surprisingly, you aren't good in the NFL. I wonder why. You could barely complete 50% of your passes. You lost out to a guy who's fucking. His best trait is checking down the football. Wow, exciting. You can make a fucking 60-yard play. I don't know fucking how, but you can't hit a 5-yard slant. Yeah, you're an awful fucking quarterback. You fucking left the game because you were fucking. I'm tired. What the fuck are you tired from? Hold on, Jess. I'm not done yet. I'm fucking flaming this kid. He's so bad. I don't even know how you were even fucking close to drafted number 4 overall. The fact that, this is why potential is a word that we hate on the show because of you. You are the fucking epitome of wasted talent, of wasted potential, and you have no talent. We're talking about talent here. We're talking about quarterbacks with talent. You have none. And the fact that Daniel Jones, who also has none, beat you out of a starting job means you are double shit. Thank you. That's it. There's no need.
I have not been keeping up with the Colts preseason or training camp.
Don't.
So
It's not eventful. You shouldn't be.
But I honestly feel like besides him not playing well, coaches tolerate players that don't play well. We've seen quarterbacks that don't play well and keep their job. I think the problem with Anthony Richardson is that he can't be trusted. And that's worse than being a bad quarterback.
You know what?
You know what, Jess? In the middle of the game.
I don't even think it's that. I think there's bad quarterbacks, and then there's Anthony Richardson. He's fucking so shit. He's worse than bad. He's awful.
Yeah, and I think it makes it easier for them to bench him despite whatever they did to get him in the draft because it's just easier. They can't trust. You're going to quit when it gets hard. So not only are you bad, I can't trust you when there's a bad moment. So to me, it wasn't a question for them. It was easy for them to make that decision. The coach probably had that in his mind the minute the season ended. He's still not going to be my fucking starting quarterback next year. If I have to get someone else, I don't care who it is, he's not going to be fucking starting on my offense. And look who they got. They went and got Daniel Jones. But Daniel Jones is not going to quit in the middle of the game.
No, he's just shit so that the game is you've already quit.
Yeah, so. But still, there's nothing more embarrassing than your quarterback.
Daniel Jones is going to give it a shot, right? And I
want
feel
someone
like
who's going to put in effort.
Right. And I feel like if you're the Colts, you're looking in this division, And while we may not think it, they're saying, you know what, there's a good chance we can be competitive. Right? Our defense is pretty good. We have good receivers and our O-line is right. They're just missing a decent quarterback play. Is Daniel Jones the answer? We don't think so. But they need some consistency from that position that they feel like they can get wins. And they feel like Daniel Jones can do that.
I think Daniel Jones is just a placeholder.
Right. And I agree with that. And I agree with you in that I think they are trusting Daniel Jones more offense that he'll be able to run it. And they can see if what they're doing is working. If their offensive scheme works, if their defense works, and they can be a competitive team with the guys that they have. Anthony Richardson, they can't trust that anymore because he can't show that. He can't show them that. He can't show them whether or not what they're doing works because they do. And there's been no growth and no improvement and no effort, we're assuming, in that regard. Because if there was at least effort shown that he wants to improve and get better and at least understand the offense, he'd be starting. He would be. But the fact that he isn't, and the fact that we assume he isn't, the fact that Daniel Jones is getting the job over him, shows that there's a really big concerning part of Anthony Richardson's game in that he's not showing a lot of growth.
Yeah, I think if they would have seen him be more, if they would have seen an attitude shift in him, like a true attitude shift, where he decided to revamp how he approaches his position. If like he just, like I said, show effort. I made this mistake, like truly showing that you're sorry. It was a big mistake. I'm never like no, I belong here. I do belong in the NFL. You know who did do that when instead of doing this and they were just like, you just need to sit down for a few games? Bryce Young. He had an attitude shift. He worked harder. That's why when he did come back, he was better and they were able to trust him again. Because he showed that he was making the change. Obviously, Anthony, he's the same guy that he was last year. They didn't see any improvement. They probably been watching him all fucking off season and training camp. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
And usually by at this point he'd have some media knowledge. I haven't heard a peep from him showing any competitive or fiery. You know what I mean? Like there hasn't been a couple like, nah, it's my position. Nah, I'm better than him. Or like I respect Daniel, but it's my job. He's got to earn it from me. There hasn't been any of that.
And you don't want to assume things, but it's sort of like, you don't want to assume what he's actually thinking. But it's like, can you imagine a situation where maybe maybe he consciously knows he doesn't want to be a player. Maybe he's like, fuck, this is my job. I got stuck in this job, and maybe I don't want to play football. Maybe I'm tired of getting hit. Maybe I don't like this organization. Maybe I don't like the people I play with. The business is fucking scam artists. Look what the fucking they're doing to Micah. Is this where I really want to be?
Hey, Jess, it's not that deep. He's shit. We're thinking too deep. Anthony Richardson is the dog shit player. That's all it is. There's literally nothing else that we don't even need to talk about him tapping his fucking helmet. That has nothing to do with his fucking play. He's shit. Outside, if he didn't have that moment, he would still get benched because he's shit. He's awful. If he never had that moment, he's still getting benched because he's awful. He's not good. Oh, what? The play? I bet you on that play, too, where he went out, they had a positive play. I guarantee you. They're shit. He's shit. That's it. Bad pick, awful pick, bust of a fucking... He's going to be the new Jamarcus Russell. And that's it. He's awful.
Oh, look. Okay, like you mentioned Jamarcus Russell. Look how Jamarcus... Like, if you remember his attitude, he was so unprofessional. Like, there was situations... He wasn't watching the fucking film. That's why he was sucking so bad. That's how they caught him. They were like, wait, you're not watching the film when you go home. They finally put it together why he couldn't read things, why he couldn't... That's because of that attitude. Like, you're bad because you just sucking shit. That comes from somewhere. It comes from, not only do I suck, but I really don't want to fucking be here. My heart is not into it. I don't care that you paid me this money. I'm just here to show up. I'm just here to collect a check. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of it is attitude, too. So it's just... Maybe he's not watching film.
He
So-
fucking he plays like he don't. I mean,
All right, last question, then we'll move on. If you're the Colts, are you 100% giving up and trading or cutting him,
huh?
or are you even going to bring him back into this? If your season's gone, are you bringing him back into the game?
Oh fuck! I'm fucking. You cut him. You can't develop him.
Yeah, I
You've
would say
shown you
if you
can't.
see, yeah, if I'm looking at him and it seems like he don't want to be here, I'm not gonna waste any more time. Just cut him. We'll get someone who wants to be here and wants to try.
And somebody who's probably better. That's it. He
Okay.
he
Well,
didn't.
usually when you're better, it's because you like it
He-
and you actually got talent and you want to show that you're better.
It's not that deep. He didn't even complete 50% of his passes in college. You're shit. You're awful QB. You can't play the position. You're awful. That's it. Some
If I
guy.
were the Colts, I'd get someone. I would get a better scout for my draft picks.
Please,
seriously.
please, bro. That scout should not even be close to an NFL locker room ever again. Are you fucking kidding me? But the hidden potential. Yeah, he's never fucking passed for 50% completion in his entire career. And you think that's
Yeah.
going to happen now? Great. Okay.
You know what's funny? He was projected to go like at least late first round, maybe second round, and he went 4th overall
Crazy.
out of nowhere.
Potential.
But look, that's why their organization is where it is because that's not a smart decision.
For somebody, it was.
They probably got desperate. They probably didn't realize
Look,
the player they probably wanted was already taken, the one that they actually needed. I don't know.
Look, the Colts have been a disaster since Andrew Luck retired in the last preseason game. Like when that bomb got dropped, they haven't. That's it. All right.
Something may be
Almost
wrong with that organization.
snake bit. Could be snake bit.
Huh?
They're a snake bit organization.
I said something's wrong with that organization.
Yeah,
This guy is quitting before the season start. Like they got a lot of issues. Sometimes that has a lot to do with culture. Andrew Luck was probably like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm not spending my fucking my career here and breaking my head for these people."
Anyway. Almost there. John Wall retires from basketball.
Yay,
after
great.
11 years.
Sure. Cool. He's fucking John Wall. Yeah, he's a good player. Cool. Yeah. Great. Great career, John. Good for you.
Okay. Mets are playing better, but the bullpen sucks. Yankees are throwing into the dugout more than first base. They lost series to the Red Sox, but they won tonight. But they lost 3 out of 4 to the Red Sox. How we feeling?
Oh, yeah, we're not
Yankee
making the
fans?
playoffs. Yeah, tough. Yep. That's it. We blow. That's it.
All right. And college football is back. Kinda. We had week 0. And next Saturday, we're going to be glued to the TV. I'm not moving. Saturday, respectfully.
Yo, I was watching. These quarterbacks are shit. Oh my gosh, college quarterbacks are not that good. Wow, they're not great. Oh, sure.
Maybe they'll get better in a few weeks. Maybe they got to play.
I mean, hey, it was Stanford, Hawaii. All right, let's calm down.
And also, you had
It was
fucking.
I-
You had.
Do you expect good quarterbacks
Hold
from
on.
those schools?
You've had Northwestern and Iowa State. You
Kansas
know,
State.
Kansas State. Excuse me. Whatever. They're the same. Fuck them. All right. But like, I'm watching them fumbling the ball everywhere. Could barely make a fucking 10-yard completion. Like, what are we doing? I thought we were supposed to be some type of talent. Oh, you run well. Okay, that's gonna fucking translate real well. Avery Johnson. Okay, thanks. I don't know. Just not seeing some of these quarterbacks in college football. I'm just like, you're never gonna be anything. It sucks.
But respectfully, next weekend, Texas, Ohio State. First game of the season.
Arch Manning's gonna be something. That's gonna be a game.
That's going to be a game. Alabama, Florida State.
Ooh.
I'm there. What was the night game? There was one more game. LSU, Clemson. We're there.
Cade Kludnick
And then
versus
Sunday?
Garrett Nussmeier. That's a great game.
Great game. Sunday, Notre Dame, Miami.
Oof.
We're back.
We're so
We're
back.
so back.
We're so
I'm
back.
losing so much money next weekend. It's not even funny. It's going to be great.
Are you gonna place? How many bets are you gonna place?
I'll make a lay. I'll make something. Yo, when football starts, it's good. It's a problem. Like I like the past. Like I've been betting on golf and UFC. Like I need another itch. I did good in horse racing. That was the betting itch right there. That was the gambler in me. But since horse racing to now, it's been fucking dead. There's nothing. Football comes back, I'm making the 13 leg touchdown parlay. It's gonna be great.
Oh, dude, I'm so ready. So ready. Your
What was
betting is my fantasy football. I love it. When it's that fucking season, it comes back around. I get that itch. I join 8 leagues. Fuck it. I might join another one. I'm not. I'm already in too many. I can't do this.
You are in too many.
But it's fun. It's fun to draft these players. It's fun.
It's fun to be a GM.
And it's
fun to
easy.
be a GM.
It's easy. In basketball, they fucking play almost every day. I gotta look at it every day. I look at my lineup once. I set that shit. But barring an injury, I don't gotta fucking reset that shit until maybe I never do. Maybe I just don't have an injury. I don't gotta reset it. I'm chilling.
You know what's gonna be great? Our draft next Sunday is at 8:00. So we're gonna come on after our draft, review all our teams.
Oh, that's good.
Live.
Oh, I like that. I'm so pumped. I'm winning the league this year. I've decided. So
You've decided?
I've decided. You know, I took a year off. You know, gave some guys a chance, but I'm fucking back.
Don't say rigged when I win. That's all I'm saying.
All right, and you know I will though.
You will.
I'm scared. Oh yeah. I swear, if you get fucking Jamar Chase and then like fucking Lamar Jackson and like fucking Derrick Henry, I'm gonna strangle you.
Look, there's one guy, hey Lewis. There's one guy that I want. And if somebody takes him, we're fighting.
You know I'm taking him, right?
I know you're taking him, and we're fighting. I want you to know, Jess. If you take my guy, who I'm thinking,
Well, who's your guy?
can't tell you.
You'll know.
I don't know who your guy is.
You
so
want to
don't
know
worry.
why? Because in the Discord, if the pick is made by somebody that's not him, he'll be like, "Oh, what the fuck? Oh, come on!" And then you'll know.
No. What will happen is that I'll be muted, but I won't turn thrown into the wall. That's what's gonna happen. I said what's gonna happen is if somebody picks my guy, who I want one guy this year, if he gets picked before I get him, my mic will be off and my camera will be on, and you're gonna see a glass flying to the wall, and I'll come back and like nothing happened. Like, yeah, guys, I'm good. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, next pick. Yeah, Jess, your next pick. Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking livid. There's one guy who I've done extensive research on, and I want him. I swear. There's one. He's your Joe Burrow, Jeff. That's what he means to me. Okay? He's your Joe Burrow.
Well, this year, I don't even know if Joe Burrow's going to be there. He did so excellent last year. I don't know if people are going to let him just hang around.
He'll be there. You'll be all right. You can get him. You can. It just depends on what pick you got, and like if you're willing to take a player before you take Joe Burrow, and you know, take that chance. You know, I'm just saying. I've already drafted some fucking great teams in a 10-man. If this is an 8-man, I'm cooking. I'm just saying, I'm cooking.
We'll see.
All right. Well,
But as you would say, that's how the topic. Um,
the top.
You broke up, so we can't hear.
You do be breaking it.
I Jess, did you happen last week? Did you see what the spiral Lewis put me in last week?
I put him in a spin
No.
cycle.
So
Why should
when you hear topicos, what do you think I just said?
topic?
Topicos.
What is that?
What do you think it is?
Are you trying to say that like that drink, Topeka? Topeka? I don't know.
It's topics.
Topics.
So Lewis last
Like
week.
TOPICS. Topics. Like.
Okay, topics.
Yeah, but I said topicos.
So when you
Oh.
say
That's it.
topic goes, you say it like two words. Lewis smashed it together,
That's because
and I'm sitting there
that's how you
like,
say
who
it.
the fuck are the topicos?
That's not. Don't confuse. That was so stupid. Of course it's stupid because you see what I was just like. What are you talking about? Like that's not something. No. Say topics.
Yo. Shut up.
Yo,
man.
yo, the San Juan topicos, bro.
That shit had me rolling, yo. I ain't gonna lie, that was bad funny. Oh, fuck.
Anyway.
All right, that's gonna do it. This has been the
It's
Get
1
Back.
o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock. We did it, yo. 1 o'clock is our time, yo. We can never get past the 1 o'clock allegations. We're up until 1. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next week after our
Bye.
fantasy draft. This is gonna be fun.
I'm not ready.
Oh, I'm ready. Jess, we're doing a mock draft. All right,
I
shut
hate
up.
that it's on Sunday. It's on my off day.
Hey.
Well, I can't do it on your on day.
No, what I'm saying is I may be out that day, and now I have to make sure I'm.
Labor Day's tomorrow. You'll be off on Labor Day.
That is true.
Labor Day is not tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the draft. The Labor Day's after the.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. We'll take it easy. Peace.